All right, we're back. Hey guys, we're back in the podcast. Okay, maybe. Okay, after all those burps. Okay,
I'd
yeah,
probably
guys, we're
make
back.
like make everyone.
How's it going, guys? Forehead Fables, back at it again.
Patron exclusive.
Patron exclusive.
Month of May, Memorial Day episode.
Skating right in at the end of the month.
Yeah.
I would like you guys to know that.
Get on your desk.
Yeah,
May 31st,
yeah, like at 11 p.m. or something. Yeah. We were gonna do it earlier, but then we didn't.
Yeah, but to make it up, we're gonna, because of this, do an IRL episode at the beginning of next month. So it will all be forgiven. You will forgive us.
You have to. Yeah, you have to.
You will be
That's
content.
the J.I.D thing. Like, yeah,
you will keep subscribing to Forehead Fables. You might be so inclined to go to $10 tier.
Yeah, you will gift your mom a subscription to Forehead Fables.
We'll get a family plan. It will be awesome. We should do family plans.
We should add that as a tier. Whole family plan. You get nothing really.
I've been thinking of some way to incentivize the viewers to have children. So when they wake up one day and they're like, this sucks.
I think
then they're kids.
I think men have plenty of incentive to have sex. All right. What we need to do is we need to lobby for contraceptives to be pulled off the market. Okay. We need to go full Republican.
Let's get lobbying in here. Yeah. Okay, I'm down for whatever if it makes me
Forehead
money.
Fables already got abortions overturned or whatever. That was us, and now we're going to pull.
I've been paying for a lot of abortions lately, but then I wanted them overturned.
Yeah. And we're gonna get Plan Bs yanked off the shelf, all that stuff, just to cultivate a new audience for the new generation. For
our Plan A, get children watching. Get more susceptible kids, or you just throw an iPad in front of them.
Yep.
Blippy.
I was just about to say, next episode we're gonna get Blippy outfits.
Propeller hat.
There's gonna be a lot more dancing, a lot more segments with ball pits, stuff like that. Appealing to the younger generation.
Dude, Blippy. Ever since you said that name to me, I'm like, that's not a real thing. I went on a fucking TV the other day in the sponsored on the home screen of the TV, it was recommended Blippy for kid watch now or something. And it's the built-in Google first search on the TV.
Yeah.
How much do you have to pay to get that kind of?
Have you watched this show?
TVs?
It's just a YouTube video. It's maybe 3 or 4 cuts in the entire episode. They just follow Blippy around and honestly, I feel the same way.
Good production.
I mean, he's killing it. They actually have an animated version of Blippy now that looks like Coco Melon.
Smart.
Yeah. But
I think they're doing that with that toy review kid. They're because he's becoming not a child anymore. I think they're immortalizing him in animation so that he's always a kid forever. Ryan or whatever.
Is he doing opening fake digital toys?
I think he opens up. Guys, I don't watch a lot of Ryan toy reviews or whatever his name is. I don't remember. But I think he just opens up Target toys and kids' toys and then maybe plays with them.
No, I'm saying with the animated version. Is he opening an animated toy?
Yeah, loot boxes on Fortnite. I'm opening up 100 of these. I mean, most things on here, I know just kind of
surface.
The thinnest amount of knowledge.
Level.
And I'm not inclined to dive deeper because, jack of all trades.
Yeah. I really feel for those people that have that early success as a young person. And then they have to, if I was Blippy, his age doing Blippy shit, I would want to kill myself. And I was just thinking
I think
JoJo Siwa.
Enough money.
JoJo
Siwa dance that she's been doing. It's just awesome.
Or
that's catchy.
Or her I'm turning to edgy, and you can tell she's never seen anything edgy in her life, and she's like, "Is this what it is? I don't. Is this what growing up is?"
It's funny. It's funny to see.
It's so sheltered. It's the most sheltered knee-jerk reaction to being a bubblegum pop star.
Jesus Christ!
But she rocks.
Yeah. Her song, guys. Stream Karma.
We're big on Karma here.
Karma's a bitch. Nobody.
With
That
the
song's
Doc
kind of the
Martens.
song in the summer. Yeah, with the little whatever little dance she does. It's just.
Well, I relate to her because
Physical
we get the same
wildfire.
hairline, and I respect her for that. You know.
Well, you used to do a big, really tight side knot, right? So.
Yeah, I forgot she does. She does the Napoleon Dynamite, the side ponytail.
Yeah, the girl from that. This is so like not even something I was gonna bring up. Right before we started, I'm like, I actually had a quite eventful week. If you can't tell from my throat being fried out, I did a lot of singing, a lot of dancing.
Yeah.
But I did go to an 8th grade graduation last week, and just doing that reminded me of a very unfortunate series of events. The show, it was a very like Catholic event, so you got to do all your praying and everything before. And one of the teachers, it was sweet. I mean, it never got bad just for the people like me in the audience. I saw one other child. Well, I'm not a child, but I saw a child be like, "What the hell?" She was doing it very, nice individual story for each kid, and then she kind of fell off because there's way too many kids. So also kind of like playing favorites.
Yeah.
But she said, "Oh, this little boy, whatever his name is, I remember you came to a social studies event, and you dressed up like a little German boy, and you had the most like German artifacts and relics I've ever seen. You had more of those than pencils in your desk." And I'm already like, "Oh, what era? What era German artifact? What kind of little German boy is he?" And then her follow-up statement is, "And I remember in science class, you were so amazed with friction with the balloon, how it rubbed your hair." I don't even want to do it like it's for people clipping it. But then she's like, "And then it, your hair went up and like did a complete fucking Nazi salute." And I like kind of looked around, and one little kid was like, and then right after the story, "Okay, now let's raise our hands to pray." And everyone just did like 2-hand fucking angled. I'm like, what do you not see how this kind of looks like?
When the Nazi
Also,
salute isn't
look
enough,
around.
you 2-hand that shit.
Yeah. If you guys weren't catching what I was saying about this little boy earlier, I just thought it was really funny. And also, I mean, I was like it made me feel worse when I looked around and none of my family was like, this was funny.
Yeah.
And one, like, I don't know, he's not even in the graduation. He was probably in like 4th grade. This kid was like, we made eye contact. I'm like, it's funny. It's just a little funny, But yeah.
That is kind of weird. What age?
8th grade.
8th grade? That's weird for an 8th grader to have a bunch of German artifacts, I think. I hope it's like
Well,
lederhosen and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure he was like had like a big lollipop. I love Fortnite, Coca-Cola.
I think it's more of like a Dutch boy thing. I don't know.
Oh, whatever.
What are those long ass, like the Ricola, like the big horn that they have in the Alps?
That's surely like Swedish or Dutch or Netherlands or something. One of the wherever they wear clogs, wooden clogs.
Yeah, those are cool.
I mean, yeah, they're kind of cool. They make a word that sounds like Ricola when you blow on them. That's kind of great coincidence for that company. Yeah, and then I a good week. I don't know if you noticed, you haven't said anything yet, but I did get a little bit of a haircut, a little trim.
You always wear a hat, dude. I don't see shit.
I know, sorry.
Yeah. I said this when Soup was here. It's like, dude, fuck you guys. Okay, you got great hair. You always wear hats. All right.
I just got this hat as a gift, and it is one of the now 3 hats I own that I can wear. Final strap.
Yeah.
And someone this weekend did flick the back of it. A random person was like, they could just see how tight it was, and they flicked it open. It felt like, they're just calling me a big-headed freak.
Yeah.
It felt pretty, insulting.
Yeah.
But I've talked about it before when I used to go to a place to get my hair cut, and then a kind of just creepy, the girl that cut my hair, the whole time I couldn't tell, is she flirting with me? Is she just being, she wants a bigger tip? And when I got home, she had found somehow my like real life Instagram from my credit card receipt and requested to follow me. I'm like, oh, this is a little creepy. I'm going to not go to this place anymore. Well, now the new place I had been going to for about a year closed down, and I've been going back to that place. I have not seen that woman again. I didn't even think she worked there. And my current hairdresser, at the end of my thing, she's like, oh, by the way, I'm moving to New York next week. So let me give you a referral for a girl that I think is going to be great to cut your hair. Walk over there. There's 100 fucking cards on the desk with all their information. You know, fucking pulls out that one woman that found me. She's like, you should go to her. I've got her card in my wallet now. I probably will. You know, I feel bad not taking the referral. I'm just gonna see. Maybe she won't recognize me.
She's gonna fucking mangle you when she's
she's gonna cut my hair and get a little plastic bag. Oh, that's nothing. Just a little sample for home. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I knew while I was walking up there though. Like,
it's
somehow gonna be this.
It's gonna be an insane coincidence. Yeah.
I mean, I remember her name, so that's a good sign. Maybe there is a little spark or something.
Maybe it's fate. I think you should.
Yeah, if this were like a more romantic setting, if I hadn't been creeped out the first time, I would be like, "Whoa, maybe it's a sign." I think I'm gonna find a new. Maybe I'll go to a place that cuts dudes' hair. Yeah. So also, I love when I go to this place. It's just all women.
I don't know. At dude barbershops, sometimes it gets like, it's like weird. It's weird in a different way. It's a bunch of dudes like trying to make conversation, and sometimes it just misses because some dudes just want to sit there quietly. And then one time I was in a barbershop and this old guy comes in and he goes to sit down and puts his hands down by his sides and like touches the seat and slowly lowers himself down onto the chair because he has, I'm assuming, either insane back problems or hemorrhoids out the ass. And
touching problem, and he doesn't want to.
And the fucking temptation. The barber, the guy cutting my hair, just starts ripping into him openly in front of everybody. And he's like, "Damn, dude, you get your asshole blown out," and everybody's like,
"Everybody, look at this old freak."
Yeah, and the guy's like, he's of the age where he's just like, "I don't really know where I am, and I'm just here to get my hair cut." And I'm
trying to get my 20 hairs I've got left trimmed down a little bit, man.
When I came back to go get my haircut again, they had fired the barber because he kept ripping into that guy. I thought it was kind of funny, but only funny from like, yeah.
What else don't you like about him? Go on. He can take it.
Yeah. Well, it was just funny because he like ripped into him like 3 times, and the guy was like 10 feet away and had no idea it was happening to him. Like he was that old where he was just like, I don't even know you're talking to me.
If I was that old guy, I'd never leave the house again. I'd be so, I mean, obviously, yeah, I'm like the thickest skinned guy in the world. Someone popped my hat, and I've been like replaying this moment in my head all weekend.
I did. I found a hat, by the way, that fit me. Finally.
Oh, nice.
But I was chewing a sandwich, and the pulsing of my head from chewing the sandwich popped. Because I was on the last fucking the 2 prongs that hold the strap.
I know what it's like.
And my like Klingon muscles up here and my mandible, when I chewed, it popped it. And I said,
that's pretty awesome.
Maybe I'm not ready for a hat. Maybe I need to lose some head weight. Not only that, but I don't have ears. You can't see?
That is shocking. Look, yeah, I mean, I
you can't see.
I feel like I've never noticed that, and now I will only ever be able to notice that.
You can't see my ears from the front; they don't even exist.
You can definitely see.
So when I put on a hat, I look like a fucking big jelly bean. Like
you look streamlined.
Yeah, streamlined. Yeah, I look fast. I look quick.
Yeah,
that guy's aerodynamic. That
is probably good for swimming and running. That's awful.
Yeah, that's about it.
Awful. That's a bad thing to point out. Now I'm going to think about that a lot.
I just realized my window's open, and I have like this thing about I can't have a window open at night. It's weird because people can just see in.
Speaking of also a little bit, you know, being that old guy at the barbershop and the youngins are just ripping into you. I had a crazy encounter at a bar this weekend. Wow, shocker. And I've never felt older. I didn't even feel this old on 4/26/24 when I got my first gray hair. I you know, I'm visiting Chicago. I'm seeing some friends, seeing the guys while they're in town. And we end our night at a bar, and it's only down to 3 of us at this point. Cash only bar. I haven't seen that much. And there's one ATM, and it's just completely I mean, surrounded by what looks like 17-year-olds, like 16-year-olds. Sure, they're probably just, freshmen in college or something. I mean, I would have to think they had fake IDs or they just looked like me when I was like 22. But, already I'm like, oh, fuck. I don't want to go. I don't want to, like, excuse me, I have to get to the ATM for money. Like, what if they, what if they say something to me? I'm not drunk enough to deal with this. And I get to the ATM, sorry. I put my card in, and I'm trying to fucking put my pin in, and one of them turns around and just like, mashes all the buttons and cancels it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm not going to make a big deal.
Wait.
I'm not like a guy that makes a big deal about these kinds of things.
Wait, you had your card in. You're standing there.
Well, he's sitting like, here's the ATM. He's sitting right here, and he's just like,
while you're at it
with me. Yes, because he's just hammered. And I'm like, okay, you know what? No big deal, maybe. I'm not going to, because I hate when people get into arguments at bars and stuff. It's always just so stupid. I mean, you see it a million times where people just get all angry. It's so quick, and then they never actually fight. Or, it's just like a weird, it just ruins the night.
But when you're face to face with an ATM, that's a financial transaction, okay?
That's private.
That's like you're at the bank.
Like voting.
Even if you're,
in my booth.
First of all, 50% of this is your fault. Because when you're there at the ATM, I
should have checked in with those guys first. Said, "Hey guys, cool."
You have to. It's almost you have to guard that shit like a quiz. Yeah, you got to put your art. Make sure there should have been no room.
I mean,
you should have been up on that shit like a urinal.
But also, why would I ever expect someone to
true.
fuck with the buttons?
And then I say 50% of it's your fault. Somehow the math doesn't line up. 99% of it's his fault because he shouldn't even fucking touched it.
But, I would never touch someone's ATM while they're in it.
That's worse than
liable. Yeah,
that's worse than it. What if he just? I don't know. That's insane to me.
Withdraw $1,000. No, what have you done? You stupid dick! I want $20. Well, also at this point, I've worked up quite a thirst. I'm like, man, God, I just want.
But did he say anything to you afterwards?
No, well, he was like, I was like, dude, come on. And I'm like, all right. Look, okay, so for some context also, normally I'd be a little more like, what are you doing? But one of my friends there is the type of guy where, I mean, about 99% of the times I've ever been at a bar and there's like almost a fight, he's involved. And he really doesn't, I mean, you'll give him this, he's very loyal. He's a good guy to have around most of the time when you're out. But if he sees like people fucking with like his friends, he'll get even more mad.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, okay, guys, like not a big deal. I do it again, and he fucks with it again, and then I'm like, why? Why would you do this? Like, what is wrong with you? He's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. Like, blah blah. I'm like, Jesus, like, please, guys, like, I just want to get a fucking beer. Why are you doing this? And there's, 12 of them. So I'm also like, oh my God, I don't want any problems. Not worried about getting fought by, well, they're like, these are not the kinds, they're all like little cherry face, like, one of their girlfriends or something, I guess she thinks like I'm causing an argument. And she's like, hey, you fucker. Like, what's it like having a mustache in 2024? I'm like, I'm like, what's wrong with you people? Why can't we all just get along? And I'm like, I had no idea at first, like, is she insulting me or what? Because, historically, it's a pretty good time to have a mustache at these kinds of bars. And I'm like, it's fine. It's pretty, like, Top Gun came out not that long ago. That helped, guys with mustaches. She's like, well, it's stupid. Okay. All right. I see now. Yeah, I get it.
At first I thought I had misconstrued what you said as an insult, but now I'm pretty sure.
Genuine curiosity, maybe, as a woman, she's like, I really don't know what it's like to have a mustache at a bar. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then as soon as she says that, my friend is like fucking, dialed up to 11. And he just starts walking over to each of the guys and he's like, what do you weigh, like 150 pounds? Like, I'll fucking destroy you. And I'm like, oh God, like, what if these are like 16-year-olds with fake IDs and, you get thrown in prison for killing one of them? If you killed an adult, you wouldn't. So, it'd be worse. And then, instantly it's like everyone's fucking my worst nightmare. All I want is some money for a beer. And then one of them comes over to me. He's like the me of my group. He's a pussy. And he's like, hey, man, sorry, my friends are being, they're pretty drunk and they're getting riled up. And then meanwhile, my friend's still going over to him like, your eyes are too close together. You're fat. You're stupid. I'm like, dude, not helping at all. Making it so much worse.
Now's your chance, by the way. That's when you should have been at the ATM doing your thing.
Well, dude, the second time that guy did the buttons, I want to grab his little zoomer perm, throat chop. Yeah, I was getting to the point, I'm like, I'm not going to fight him, but I'm not going to stop my friend anymore. I'm going to be like, get him. They called you stupid. Rip their heads off. And like, I'm just talking to their one friend. He's like, hey, where are you guys from? Like, how's it going? I'm talking to him like, oh, we're having a pretty good weekend up until your friends are just like fucking insane. And my friend is like escalating. And I'm like, hey, why don't you guys meet me outside? Let's go to a bar that takes cards or something. I talked to this guy for like 4 minutes. I'm drunk, so all I want to do is just be friendly. And at the end of it all, we shake hands. I'm like, what happens? Everyone's got one friend in their group where they, your friend's this stupid asshole that keeps touching my ATM buttons. My friend, he's just gets very aggressive. And then I'm like, all right, have a good one. I start walking out, and I don't know for sure. I'm pretty sure it's the guy I had just been talking to. As I'm like, like, get the fuck out of here, you Ron Jeremy looking fuck. And I'm like. As I'm already walking out the door, and I just turn around, they're all staring at me. I'm like, why? Like, what has happened to us? What's
the guy that you were talking to, the guy that was extending the olive branch. You know what he was doing? What? Have you ever seen Whiplash? When J.K. Simmons takes the drummer to like the hallway, and he's like nice to him, and and he's like, oh, like he was just cozying up to you, trying to figure out. What's something I can say to hurt his feelings?
While I was talking to that guy too, the girl that originally is like, you stupid fucking mustache, she comes over and was like, so, I was genuine, like, what's going on here? Like, I just wanted to know. I'm like, fuck you. No, you weren't. Okay. Please let me get money. Like, what do I have to do here? Like, how do I get money? And then the Ron Jeremy comment as I'm leaving, which, I got that at a Goodwill once from like a homeless guy. So I'm like, it's not the best time to look like Ron Jeremy.
Yeah.
It's not as
He's
good,
had
news-wise.
Slight fall.
Yeah, I should have said, I am Ron Jeremy. God, come here. But it was like you being shot in the back of the head.
Yeah.
It boom. I thought I thought I killed him with kindness. I thought I had used words to resolve all. And then I get the just fucking nail in the coffin as I'm walking out the door. And it was pretty funny. Just like the idea of like, okay, well, maybe they know who Ron Jeremy is, so maybe they are like, 22 or something. But it was just so funny. Like, I'm already defeated. I didn't get a beer. I couldn't get any fucking money. I'm leaving the bar. And then they just throw one more insult right in the back of my head. At that point, I was like, okay, maybe I should go back in there and just air this place out. Okay, maybe I go to prison for a couple days. What's the worst that could happen? It was just that made me feel like, okay, I'm like the old guy now,
Yeah.
and the youth, they're just doing what they.
You're one more incident like that away from just being like, these whippersnappers these days,
these goddamn youngins, they got no respect.
They got no respect for the old folks. No, if someone touched my ATM while I'm fucking with it, like that is insane. That is such a breach of just common etiquette. Yeah, I don't even know what I would do. I was like, I would probably have to sit down.
Flabbergasted a little bit.
I would put a GPS tracker on the guy that did it, and I would have to go home and think about it for a couple days because that's an insane thing to do.
And I was, my friends were like, "Damn, like, did he just call you Ron Jeremy?" I'm like, it's no big deal. All night, I'm just like, I can't go to sleep. I'm just like playing this scenario over and over, trying to like. Was that the guy's voice that had just been so, trying to keep things copacetic? Yeah, it was. It was one of the more humiliating, and also, I mean, this isn't really this just added into the kind of humiliation I was going through. Was while I was talking to that guy, a guy came up to me and was like, "Do I know you from somewhere?" And I was like, "I don't know, mate." And he's like, "Nah, and then just turned around and left. I'm like, okay. You know, I thought maybe for a second someone would be like, I know you. And you're like, hey, I'm your friend from here, blah, blah. No, he's just like, nah, never mind. He looked at me in the face for 1 second. Nah, I thought you were Ron Jeremy, you stupid fuck. I ate your mustache. Rips my mustache off. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, after that, and then that night, you know, the next day, I said this earlier, I just had one of those like full body all day hangovers where I think I learned like I think I'm good, you know, for a while, for maybe years of ever going to any bar like that ever again.
What the fuck is with like businesses like that making it a complete inconvenience to you, the customer? Like a cash only
table
bar
around the ATM.
Yeah, fuck off.
Why do you have a table for 12?
If you had to get an ATM installed in your plate, why not just get a goddamn square so you could take a card?
Well, yeah, you know, at that point too, I just wanted to like even go up to the bartender and just be like, that guy took all my money and he's 15 and now he showed me his fake ID and he said the N-word or something, you know, just threw out everything I got. How do I get these?
Yeah, I would have just lied out of my ass. I'm not going to win a fight. Yeah, I would have said that guy pulled a gun on me and he's
also, you know, I don't want my first bar fight to be like, I find out later they were 19 and then they also kicked my ass. You know, I could not deal with much more that night. And as we're leaving, my two friends are like, dude, like, should we go back in? I'm like, they've won. They've already, we're outside and they're still drinking beers with cash. Okay. I couldn't even get $20 out of that machine. And the worst part was, at the end, I don't even know if I got any money out. They might have just gotten some of my money too from the machine, and I'm just drunk enough. I just stopped paying attention. I thought about killing myself, dude. That was tough. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That was just that was pure like, I'm an old bitch and I look like Ron Jeremy and I suck and my mustache blows and they've won and it doesn't bother me. I mean, I've thought about it every hour on the clock for 2 days now. I didn't even go to the bars the next day. I didn't even leave the house. I was humiliated.
Wow, that sucks.
I was also just really tired. I can't keep up
blame
with
it on that.
I was tired and my mustache was, you know, I need to grow it out a little bit more and I just got a haircut. I didn't even really look like Ron Jeremy then, so I don't know why they would even think to say that. But I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny overall. Just the final insult. I was like, oh my God, what kind of evil is? What kind of evil is it? I'd rather they hit me. Honestly, it would hurt less, you know.
Yeah. Was that like the second bar along the? Were you?
That was like. No, that we had just gone to a bunch, and that was like the end of the night road too. So then we had just a kind of a solemn walk back. We're all like, "Fuck, you know, yeah, we should have kicked their asses." Nah. There's like 12 of them. Even if they do weigh 120 pounds, you know, I'm not winning that fight.
Yeah,
I'll let my friend see what he can do. But also, you know, he's drunk enough. He's gonna start hitting the girls too. He's gonna break some bottles over their heads.
Have you seen that movie Way of the Gun? Where it's like, I think it's Benicio del Toro, and they're like talking. It's basically the same thing. It's a bunch of people just ragging on them for being old, and he's like, I'm about to get my ass kicked. He's like, my opening punch is just going to be the woman, and because she's the one talking the most shit. He just fucking haymakers this lady.
I felt like I was like being bullied in high school by like the popular girls that are like, oh, you know, you're the shortest guy ever. Like, it's fun, you know, where it's like kind of on the surface level, like pseudo not being mean, but they totally are. And when she came over, I was like, what? I didn't mean that as an like, how stupid do you think I am? Okay, bitch.
There is
throat chop.
You know, in that instance,
I could have gotten through 4 of them. Okay, that's all I'll say.
There's also like, oh God, I wish I had this superpower to just projectile vomit. Like, that's not quite an act of aggression, but like,
I mean, I activated that power later that night.
But like when she came up to you and she's like, I'm just trying to like mend this bridge or whatever. If you just exorcist
poltergeist, exorcist
blew her hair back with a stream of vomit, just ruined her night. Oh, sorry, I've been drinking already before I came here.
use my carry powers to drop a big thing of blood on her or something. Yeah, I mean, it's so humiliating because what can I do there?
Yeah.
What am I? Get arrested on my second night of vacation, get beat up by a bunch of teens, that have already verbally beat me in this altercation, because I'm not throwing out any insults, I don't want to throw gas.
There's really
in the
nothing
fire.
you can do to someone fucking just hitting a bunch of buttons on your ATM. Like, what can you say to them?
It's like they knew how to like systematically destroy me. Is the worst part, because really
that's like
all I wanted
7th
was a
grader
beer.
type shit too.
Yeah. They kept me from getting a beer. They insulted just kind of the way I look. And then we left. And I never got that beer. And then we went home and I threw up everywhere. And I was just like, I'm at the lowest point of my life.
I've never thrown up from drinking.
Dude, when it happens, genuinely, I'm like, I'm good. I'll take like a month off. I'm fine. It's harrowing. Well, also, thank God, my friend that would have fought for me. Also, I was just laying, we were sleeping on couches. I was like, I don't feel good. He had a bag somehow in front of my face within maybe 2 seconds. Because then I just leaned over the couch and he caught it. And I just like, bah! And he just tied it up, threw it in the outside dumpster, came back inside, like gave me a little glass of water, rubbed my belly. I was like, dude, you could have totally fought those teenagers. You don't look like Ron Jeremy. Go to sleep.
I don't know if to like
$1 million.
Like the people that are aggressive like that when they drink, like part of me doesn't like them. But also if they're on your side, it's also kind of cool.
Yeah, it is better, but I just don't like altercation. Like I don't like any confrontation really. So especially when, I mean, you've seen me drunk. When I get really drunk, I just get in that like I love you stage so hard where I'll just buy random people drinks. I get 1,000 Instagrams like, let's hang out tomorrow. Let's hang out. So then when I am met with that kind of force where my normal words and kind of charm are just completely, useless.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got nothing.
They didn't give you
like,
a chance for it. That's the problem.
I know. Yeah. They started it. What am I going to, you touch my button. You literally poke my buttons. And now I'm angry, but I'm still like, okay, guys, I'm sure we can work this out somehow. Just let me get fucking $40 out of this machine. But at that point, my friend, once he's activated, you got to get to a new scene. Got to be in a totally new environment. There's another guy. I actually saw him try to be good to a stranger too, because he's normally not the like super friendly with. He's not like mean, just very quick to anger. Yeah. So like not a great guy, to get drunk at like a funeral or something,
a public bar,
wedding.
Yeah.
I can't eat this yet, if that's okay. Thanks, love. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, all of my circle of guys that support me and raise me, you just try to bring me dinner. I can't eat that yet. Fuck, what was I saying? Oh, he got confronted with a man of his similar style. We're in line for a bathroom, and there was no line to the women's, and the guy kept looking at that bathroom. My friend's like, hey, man, if you go in there, I won't tell anybody. And the guy's like, why the fuck would you tell somebody if I went in there? And I'm like, what?
That is such a... Yeah. That is it's a fishing for something to be upset about.
Like, would you just come out looking for fights like this place? Cool if you're like a UFC fighter or something. You just want to like destroy people that can't fight back. But
have you seen people like that? Those videos of like someone bumps into a UFC fighter and then they just give him a fucking 3 combo and an elbow to the top of the head.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cheating.
It's absolutely
but also,
cheating.
if you've got that arsenal, if I was a UFC fighter, I would have had a 12-person armbar going on. I would have been breaking all their fingers and stuff. Do you ever look for, like, I do look for, even when my friends like, I'm gonna fight this guy, I'm like, let me check for a little cauliflower ear or something. If he's got like a good pose, if he breaks out like a then you just back up, you leave.
I look for the traps. If someone's got some shoulder definition going on, I'm like, I'm good, dude. I'm fucking all good on that.
You're gonna kiss ass to my roommate then, dude. He's got some fucking
no neck
trap monster. Okay, yeah. Do not piss him off. No, I just that was.
Is he easy to piss off before I show up? No. Okay.
No.
I'll try.
He's actually
You think I
very
can?
joyous man. Yeah, I think you could probably piss off anyone. Yeah, wait for him to try to get some money out of the ATM and just fucking press cancel. And then, yeah.
Okay.
Your PIN number is blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's just such a heinous thing to do.
Wait, had you already put in your PIN number?
I was in the process,
Oh,
and he
okay.
just pressed so many buttons to cancel the transaction. I had to fucking pull my card out and try again.
Dude,
And he did it again.
there's
I'm like,
no. Do you know like Steven Seagal knows Aikido? That's like that fake. Yeah, it's like a fake martial art. That's the only time I would want to know Aikido, so I could quickly, without making any outward movements to anybody else, just break his wrist really quick.
Yeah.
If he just
Everyone else had no idea what happened.
Yeah, he just withdraws a completely mangled hand that doesn't work anymore. It'd be like, what? The only way I'm here at the ATM. There's no way I could have broken your hand unless, of course, you are admitting to fucking with my buttons at the ATM.
If I could go back in time, I would have fucking caught one of his fingers in a little finger trap. But I did not see it coming at all. Like I was completely like, that's the second time I'm like, what? Like, I was genuinely like, why would you do that? What is wrong with you? You whippersnapper? Come on, you crazy kid. Yeah. I'm surrounded by knuckleheads everywhere, and I'm just trying to get a beer. It was like everyone else in the bar was like a 40-year-old like person. Like, and I run into one group of people looking to just start something with a Ron Jeremy looking fuck, and they hate me.
Dude, speaking of like bar culture, everybody always talks about like, oh, UK taverns or whatever. The pubs, they got great like pub culture. I was watching a video on basically like legendary pubs. Yeah, they suck. Their bar culture fucking sucks. It's just old dudes.
USA.
Just old dudes sitting there with their big fucking
dude
doing
that's
nothing.
Where I belong after this weekend. One of those old dudes would have never done what those kids did to me. He would have never touched that button. And if he did, he probably would have been like, "Let me put in my PIN number. Here, you have all my money." Yeah, I know what you're talking about because I've seen those too. I'm like, I'm sure they have fun places.
Doesn't seem like it. Seems like the only time there's any sort of like fun to be had is when a soccer game's on, and then they're just all
the camaraderie of that. Yeah, it's cool.
But that's about it.
No, there's no camaraderie in our bars anymore. It's all evil people trying to get a rise.
Evil ATM stalkers. Yeah. What a stupid fucking idea for a bar to just.
I know. I'd rather just get I'd rather him just taking my money and run or something. I would have been like, okay, well, thief. All right. I can deal with the thief, whatever. Just let him go. I can't catch him. He's a kid. But,
what's funny is like, why can't they take cards? Cause I was recently, I sent you a picture of it. It's that
ATM took my card. I mean, I went to the bar.
It's that, I went to like an artist gallery thing. It was like out in the street in downtown Tally. And, they had, what's funny is they a bunch of booths set up where people had like cliche but good art where it was a lot of photographers with just shit from Tallahassee, which is like photos of canopy roads,
sailboat,
lots of like beach shit, and none of that was selling. And then there's this guy that was just doing the worst art possible, but it was just funny shit. I sent you a picture of the piece that I got. Actually, I'll go get it really quick. Hold on. This is the piece. It's just
it's awesome.
They're back, and it's just fun. It's a guy covered in
the eyes very well. Yeah,
it's a guy covered in cockroaches. This guy was selling paintings every 2 seconds. Like he just had so many that were just like scribbled nonsense. There was one where
just got an idea.
Yeah. There was a bunch of like vampire related ones where it was like a vampire choking on garlic shit that he was eating, and he was selling them like crazy. That guy everybody was taking card there. These were intense, dude. You have a bar. Why the fuck would you have a cash bar? There has to be like
so they can cook their books and say they made $20 that night or something.
Is that what it is? It's like a mob establishment.
No, I have no idea.
It seems like
those were the mobsters' kids. So
as soon as a business inconveniences me like that, I'm like, I'm good. Going to a different fucking bar probably.
I was pretty late. We didn't want to be there. It's just what was open.
This is like the saddest thing in the world, by the way. This is my new thing. Fuck bars. I have a ice chest that I put next to my desk. the layout of my place. I have a tiny mini fridge, like 20 feet away.
15 feet. Yeah, 20 feet away.
Too far. I have to have the ice chest now.
Well, I'm good for I'm happy for you. I'm clean. I'm not drinking anymore. I'm never gonna drink again. My birthday next week. Nah. Nothing's gonna happen. Well, yesterday I'm in the city. We're going out. Only waters, and I still feel like shit today.
Water shots?
Like a 2-day water shots. Love those.
Yeah.
I love just kind of reading a book by a fire.
Oh.
Watching porn in my room. That was another thing on the couch. Yeah, I've got quite the build up right now, so I was even a little more angry than usual. But God, that guy's got so scared he peed his pants. No, I just no. No. I don't know why I would have come in that scenario, but it would have been a lot. Yeah. It's just all I'm saying. It would have looked like I peed my pants.
You think it's a natural thing? Do you think people, when they get aggressive, they get an erection?
No, because all the blood's going to your fists.
Yeah, I feel like
so you can punch harder.
If I'm like angry or something like that, like an erection's the last thing I could get. Which really, like sexual assault stuff, like how they get it up in that case. I'd be so focused on attacking the person, I'd be like, I can't really get an erection right now.
Ask the real Ron Jeremy, man. You're barking up the wrong Jeremy tree.
We should get a rapist on here as a guest. Really probe the big questions.
Yeah, we should go back through all our past guests, make sure that we haven't had one already.
That's true. Yeah.
Just send them an email.
Hey
guys, it's guys from Forehead Fables.
Any of you guys rapists? Yeah. Let's just get like 40 emails back. Like, yeah. It's every single person. Rick Levine's like, absolutely. Yeah.
Dr. Garrett Ryan here, 5-time.
Dude, speaking of Dr. Garrett Ryan, I thought this would be funny. I asked Abby and she was like, absolutely fucking no way. But he had a great like sponsorship with some company that does travel trips. And he was like, I'm going to Turkey or something like that to go see these archaeological sites. And if you can book to come on this trip with me, and we can all go together. And he had like 30 people go with him to see all these.
You wanted to go?
I was like, Abby, how cool would that be to go to Turkey? And she was like, fuck you. No, you're not going to Turkey.
And you're like, and while we're there, maybe I get a couple procedures and maybe.
I think it'd be funny to show up in like all those like pictures with Told in Stone, and I have
a wheelchair.
I have like bandages on my head and an IV drip. Abby's holding an IV drip. Yeah.
Big umbrella over your head. Make sure nothing touches it. Yeah. That would be really funny. I mean, that's basically what we're doing for this Dungeons and Daddies thing, and I don't even know if it'll be funny then. So I guess I could be the tester.
Yeah,
it's funny to just show up. I mean, we're just going to an event, really, is what we're doing, which is I'm all down for. I mean, I like their show. So.
No, any job where you can just have an excuse to go do something stupid, it's a good job.
Yeah,
that's a good job. Yeah. Is it going to be funny?
A job worth having.
Who fucking cares? You know, we're gonna go.
What I should have explained to those kids.
My
job's actually really cool, okay? And they would have broken my finger.
My job rocks.
Let me get in that ATM, okay? Let's go band for band right now. Now they would have probably fucking cleared me. They were like really cool. I just wish that we could all hung out. We got some beers together.
I wish I was you guys.
Yeah, when I was talking to one dude, I'd do anything to get in your group. I'll ditch my friends. You guys are that classic move, and that guy wouldn't let me get money. That's an awesome hijinks, dude.
You should have left for like an hour and come back with a Zoomer perm.
There's
your mustache shaved.
My mustache curled up, and I've got a Zoomer perm.
Hey guys.
Hey kids. It is the one part, with age does come wisdom. So I would have had some tricks that they'd been like, what the hell's that from? Three Stooges eye poke. They would have no blocks up because they didn't grow up on Three Stooges like we did back in our day. Yeah. I don't want to think about that night ever again after this. This is me getting it all out and then I'll never think about it.
Yeah.
That would have been so funny. Come back, shaved mustache. Do you guys see that asshole that looked like Ron Jeremy walk down the street? I totally pantsed him and took all his money.
I should get a Zoomer perm because like none of them have the Zoomer perm with a receding hairline, and I think it would be funny to get one just like on the top of my head.
Making yourself look really fucked up with the cosmetic surgeries and perms and.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can charge it to the company card, I'll get some like calf implants or something in Turkey.
If I didn't have to be like a human being on the side, I think it would be funny. If I didn't have like
you don't
a
really
wife,
have to though.
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah, they would just be like, "Fuck, you look stupid." But
it would be funny.
What are they gonna do? Yeah. She gonna divorce you because you got a perm?
I wanted to go to the get a spray tan and just get like just the darkest spray tan they would give me, just to see what.
Okay, next TwitchCon, I just got some really good ideas. Shove just a bucket of blush on, a perm, spray tan, wear like a funny shirt, like a funny ironic tee. Yeah, whatever. Also, another funny thing happened to me, I guess. I went to a J.I.D. and 21 Savage concert.
Oh, yeah?
With all my fellow kids. And
21 Savage is still... He's still out there? He's still doing stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I went for J.I.D. It was kind of a... I feel like I got the rug pulled out from under me a little bit. I got one of those emails from Spotify. It was like, here's a recommended concert near you in 2 months because, you know, you listen to this artist... Told me it was a J.I.D. concert. I get that they have one J.I.D. shirt for sale in like 50 booths. It is completely a 21 Savage show. They have like one. They're I guess like probably J.I.D.'s most popular song now is with 21 Savage. The guy didn't even come out when he played that song, and it's like that seems like the one given song they're gonna do together.
Yeah,
nah. And I had the bright idea because you know. J.I.D. opened kind of, so I said, you know, let's beat this traffic. That's also, you know, you're getting older. It's like every event now. I'm like, let's beat the traffic. Let's get out of here 40 minutes early. Let's get into the sun's down.
I've done that at a fucking football game. Like it's like not even over yet.
Close game.
And I'm just like, there's about to be fucking 25,000 people trying to leave this.
Yeah, I saw how many cars were out there. I'm like, I do not want to wait for this. And
we did that at the boxing match. Didn't we?
Shit, we did that while they were doing the like Pledge of Allegiance and everyone's looking at it. And also, yeah, I remember we were like, oh, I hope this doesn't seem like some stand for.
Yeah, because it was like.
It was right when iDubbbz went up there.
The
we're
actual
like, oh, let's get the fuck out of here.
title match was doing.
I just wanted to beat the Uber rush. Yeah, I just wanted to get a block away in Uber. And so this time I'm like, let's get out of here early. We get right to our car. You know, very easy. I get to about 5 minutes from our house, my friend's driving, which also very generous of one of our friends to offer to drive, but thought it was funny that he was very adamant, like, guys, I'll drive. Don't save your Uber money. I'll drive. When he got to our house with his car, he had to clean the living fuck out of it. Like, he had mountains of things in his car that he was just throwing around. And then I saw him pop the hood and just start putting oil in his car, which I've just never seen someone do. And we're like, do you want to take one of our cars? He's like, no, I love my car. Already, I'm like, okay. And then he's also DD, and he's like, oh, guys, don't worry, I don't drink. And we get there, and he's like, oh, but I do get really, really high. I'm like, okay, awesome. You know, kind of, still don't love that.
Yeah.
And when we leave, he's driving us so close to home. I can taste it. And a fucking trailer, just out of like nowhere. I mean, I saw the tumbleweed first. Trailer flies over the medium, and is. I'll put a picture for you, Stolt. Huge trailer, massive. It's coming right at us, like it swoops around. It's wheeling towards us. My friend's like, "Holy shit!" You know, throws it in reverse. Stops like this far from the trailer, but backs into the car behind us. Completely dead road. Besides the one car, for some reason, the same lane as us in this mystery trailer. And then we get out, and the front of their car is like pretty fucked up. Back of my friend's car, just like a little paint scratch. And the guys, they are just fully carrying guns. Like, you know, it's like they wanted us to see them. And they're like, our car looked like this already. Like, we don't have insurance. We're good. They fucking leave. And then, it's like, what do we do about this trailer? Do we, my friend's thinking, maybe I call the cops that way, like my insurance, it's the trailer, whoever owns this trailer's fault, maybe, like that caused me to back up into this. It was, it does.
Hold on a second. Yeah, you're going down the interstate. Insurance and this is an interstate.
We're not even on. This is a two lane,
and there's a median.
Different ways, right?
Median in the middle, and a fucking trailer comes across the median.
It looked like it started in front of us and then got disconnected and then looped around to right in front of our car. And also, it's kind of funny because
the guy never came back for it.
Never came back. We did see a couple cars, like this one guy in a big ass van that had a big hitch on it drove by and was like, "Is everybody okay?" We're like, yeah. What the fuck do you care about this? And he's like, it's around people. He leaves. And like 3 other cars came by while we're just standing there looking at this trailer, like, holy shit, that was crazy. And people were like, hey, are you guys doing well? I'm like, oh, there are good Samaritans in this world. And then every one of them was like, can I take that trailer? Like, what are you guys going to do with it? Like, I don't know if you want this trailer, dude. Like,
it
this
just
is a piece
flew
of shit.
off somebody else's car.
It just disconnected and almost cut us in half.
Trailers have tags on them. I would assume that it
had a plate, but
I'm assuming if the guy didn't come back for it, the cops are going to be able to see that it's registered.
Expired plate.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I bet you it's a stolen.
He's probably drunk.
It's a stolen trailer. I bet.
I bet it was one of the 4 people that were like, "Hey, I'll take that trailer off your hands." And that's so crazy. How'd this happen? And at the end, we should have just been like, $100. You can take it, do whatever. Because my friend that was driving called the cops, and they're like, "Well, technically, this trailer causing you to back into a car so you weren't eviscerated." Those are 2 different events. There's a hit and run on the back, and then this trailer. We don't know who owns the trailer. Like, we'll find out, but basically you're fucked. And we're like, okay, so glad we waited here for 20 minutes, man. Thanks. And at that point, should have just given the trailer to someone because they're like, yeah, we'll just take this trailer back to the station or something.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys just got a free cop trailer you can turn into a super tank or something. But yeah, that was just another like, Jesus. And it just took fucking forever. We're so close to home. Little eventful week though on my part, which I love to have. I thought that whole event, brought us all closer in the car. It woke us up.
That certainly wakes you up when you're.
Yeah, I was pretty goddamn tired before that. Yeah,
then that happens.
Like,
yeah.
It was honestly, it was kind of cool. It was a little cool.
It's kind of cool seeing stuff like that happen on the other side, especially if no one's hurt. I once saw a state trooper try to overtake this lady going like 120. And then he ended up losing control of his car. And it was like a Mad Max movie, dude. This guy did like 4 barrel rolls.
Sprayed some chrome.
Yeah, his car did like so many barrel rolls and then crashed down and like his fucking doors were all bent up and stuff. I got out of the car and looked at him and he was like in the driver's seat, just like seized up. He was like, ah! And I saw it happen and then I kind of got back in the car and like drove away because it was Easter and I had the kids and stuff. There was enough other people that stopped that'd seen it and they were like
bystander effect.
I was like, there's enough people.
Bystander effect.
He's breathing.
Like,
he's fine.
Another bystander will help, so you might as well not. So like you shouldn't help because somebody's got.
Well, I helped pry open the door, and there was like
I'll
4
use the jaws of life.
There was 4
my hands, dude.
Yeah, there was like 4 other people there, and Abby's like, we have like kids, get back in the car, and we're driving away, and later that day I saw he's fine. He's in critical condition, but he lived. He was all right.
Critical, yeah.
He ended up being fine. It was his own fucking fault. He was hauling ass and he crashed. I mean, what do you?
Yeah, at that point, I feel much. If he had hit someone else.
No, he was just driving like a fucking psycho, and which honestly, people shit on cops for that, but like if I was a cop and they gave me like a speed and drive like an asshole, all I want card.
Free pass.
Oh yeah,
throw those lights on for a second.
Yeah. First week I would be that guy doing barrel rolls and wrecking my car.
I'd stay for the whole concert, and then when I'm ready to leave, just throw those fuckers on. You can drive anywhere, drive in the grass, get out of there very quick.
Yeah. There was like have you ever seen at schools they'll sometimes have like the fire trucks and the big cop cars show up to the school, and then the kids can crawl in them and show them, and they can be like, "Oh, here's the sirens and stuff." There was like one of those events at my kid's school, and
they're pretty cool.
They brought like a SWAT, like the no-knock warrant vehicle with like the big battering ram on the front, and it had like all the side doors had like those little ports where you could stick just the barrel of your pistol out and mag dump.
What's this for? Candy canes or something? Shut up, kid.
That's what I was asking. I was like, "Oh, what's this thing?" And he's like, "Oh, that's like so we can see things out." I'm like, "Why is it open?
Drop caltrops out of this or what? What does this button do?"
They were making sure to make no mention of pistols or anything.
Yeah,
it's just funny because now like the school has basically like a fucking SEAL Team 6 dude, just one guy, but he takes his job super seriously. He's got your mustache, and he's got like an AR.
Ron Jeremy looking fuck. I'd say if I saw
and
them.
he fucking stands there like he's waiting for a duel. Like he has hand on his fucking pistol, and he patrols around with he's only got level 2 armor on. He's got like a pack on. Yeah, not that impressive.
Shanka hat. Yeah. Little scav bag. Yeah.
Not that impressive. But it's just funny how like gung ho he is at an elementary school. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
I think it's all right. I think we're gonna be fine.
Did they ever do that kind of thing at your school? But for drunk driving, they bring in a destroyed car and then show you, like, "Hey guys, don't drink at prom, or you'll be like this." Did they ever do that?
No.
They did that at our school, and it was, you know, anything like that gets taken away when they just had theater kids like pretend to be dead bodies in the car and they're covered in blood. I'm like, I go to class with that kid.
Yeah.
It's not as dramatic when I know. It's
supposed to be more dramatic because you know the kid.
Oh, yeah. I see. So
it's like that could be us.
No,
yeah.
Steven. Well, he's like, giggling in there and having a great time. What was that? What was that program called? I want to say Dare. Maybe it was Dare, but the like don't do drugs.
Yeah.
They use students as like, hey, we're the representatives for Dare. They couldn't have picked a worse crop of kids. I think that kid does heroin, and he's leading this thing so he can get out of other classes.
It's like fucking River Phoenix was part of like the Say No to Drugs campaign. He was like the spokesman. He died of a heroin overdose.
Yeah. How stupid do you think I am? Okay. That's the coolest kid in school, and he's doing a lot of drugs all the time. Yeah. He might be a drug dealer. I don't know. I wonder what the success rate on any of those programs has ever been.
I don't know. Yeah.
Does it really?
I think smoking cigarettes and stuff. I mean, that got killed off pretty hard. Some of that
but
stuff.
Then they brought them back with their cotton candy vapes in there.
Yeah, but vapes they don't have.
Cigs at a bar.
There's not as many carcinogens and stuff in there, so it's. I mean, the goal wasn't stomping out.
Smoke them a lot more subtly and easier,
and you can smoke them indoors,
smoke them in class.
Indoors, and now instead of having cigarette breaks, you're now just fucking chugging on
constantly.
Those.
Yeah. They took away our fucking cigarette breaks so they could work us harder. Give us our little vapes so we can
zins while we're on the factory lines.
Yeah.
I think there is something kind of romantic about, if we just went like, hey, let's go take a 5-minute cigarette break. That'd be nice.
That's why I love a drunk cig. It's a very social.
That's why my mom started smoking. Was one of her coworkers was always going out taking cigarette breaks, and she realized that they go out there and talk shit. And she was like, I want to be a part of that. They're probably talking shit about me. So she started smoking, and she would go out there and join them.
You're either a cigarette break guy or a really long poop break guy. And I don't like spending too much time in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But
I bet you smoking on the toilet probably seems like it would be pretty cathartic. Ashing right there between your balls. Oh, yeah. Oh, I got the tip of my penis with it into the cigarette. Oh, no.
My God, carcinogens went into my penis hole. Fuck.
While you're wiping, you can put the filter in the end of your penis to hold it. Little cigarette holder.
Hold on there. One of those classy little skinny European cigarette holders. Plop that in there. Oh, my God. Being able to smoke it with your dick. Because, you've seen girls, of course, smoke with their pussy. So I don't know if you might be able to suck in a little with a penis, but probably not much.
Oh my God. Okay, you win here, so audience beware.
Oh, I didn't.
There's
Whoa.
this. If you guys want to look up something gross, this is a guest that we should have. We talked about her years ago, but if you guys don't remember, this is a legendary story that I think's funny. There's this porn star, Dirty Garden Girl, that she's like an older lady that does gross like vaginal and anal prolapses, where she like pushes her entire asshole out of her body, and she has a funny ass video of where she prolapses her asshole so it's sticking out. And then she puts a lit cigarette in the end, and she's trying to like, I guess, just blow some smoke rings, you know? I don't know. And she puts it in the end, and she loses like muscular control of her prolapse, and it gets sucked back into her body with the lit cigarette in there still. So her asshole just eats this lit cigarette. And then she has a panic moment where she's digging her fingers in there trying to get the lit cigarette out. And then in the video right before it ends, you hear her go, "That's not what I wanted to do."
Oopsie. Okay. Holy shit. I have to go to the hospital.
I was just trying to do the most depraved thing a human's ever done with a cigarette. I did not plan on.
There's a line. There's a
line and I crossed it. I just wanted to blow some smoke rings. I just wanted to have a cool prolapse video.
Well, fart out a little smoke, and now I can't. I am sure you've heard about when Axel Camper and a couple of our friends.
He's done that?
Yeah. The videos he used to make. We went to a strip club in Florida, and it was just like a disgusting place. And the lady up there was like doing all sorts of weird, like, I don't know like how strip clubs really work, where you just watch them and they're like, I'm gonna get horny with all these dudes that I came here with. But she was doing like weird, kind of like putting her body in a pretzel, and then she was like, "Hey, like, boys, anyone have $1? Like, I'm gonna do a magic trick." And then it's like, well, I like magic.
Yeah.
And
I can enjoy magic with the boys all day.
Yeah. We love magic. Okay. I think Devin gave her $1. I don't know who gave her the $1. But then she just stuffed it in her pussy and then queefed it up into the air. And it was the most, did not see that coming. Very surreal. A little, like garden party or whatever, where it's just something you wouldn't expect to ever see in real life.
And it's also the grossest thing. It's like where she didn't fucking hit it with like spray on hand sanitizer or nothing before.
Ow! Let me clean my pussy really quick. Well, it's just, the female body's so disgusting already. And then now when you start doing stuff like this, well, I don't think it was appreciated in the right way. I don't know how you're supposed to, how are you supposed to take that? Are you supposed to be like, that was hot? I don't think so. We were all like dying laughing. And then she's like, what do you, that's not sexy to queef out $1 and shoot up in the air. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Reaction.
I mean, she wasn't explicitly like, hey, stop laughing, but I think she was looking for a little more like
you jacking off in the booth. Oh, see if you can get it higher. Shoot that thing up higher.
Private dance. I'm not sure. Like I didn't want to let her down, but I'm not going to start clapping. It was just that was one of the bigger like I don't know shocks in my life maybe. Just this isn't real. This can't be real. This can't be happening. Where am I? What am I doing here?
Well, to backtrack to the Dirty Garden Girl thing, I had never even seen a prolapse before in my life. So like seeing like it was one of those things where just like the $1, I was like, where am I? What's going? This is all new. This is a novel experience. Yeah. Whoa, she's adding a cigarette to the function? Okay.
What part of the body am I looking at right now? Is that from her? Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's just an insane way to get introduced into it. But the $1 thing, like, the ladies of the audience, 2 of you that are listening, or more accurately, the 3 or 4 girlfriends that are being forced to listen to this in the car, what do you have, like a whippet canister in there? Like, how do you get enough propulsion to shoot a $1 bill out of your pussy?
What's the torque like? Yeah. I mean,
like, if you really don't like a guy, can you just jettison his penis out of your body? I'm done with you. Have you ever had a girl cough while you're in her? Have you ever had that happen? No?
No,
That'll almost shoot your penis out like a dart.
First off, have I ever been inside a woman? No. No, what do you mean cough? Just like
Yeah, they just go like
cigarette cough,
like bear down, like a I don't know, I guess a bearing down of your abs or whatever. They can shoot you out.
Normally they're transported to a world of pleasure, and they're not really even
not even on this plane of
thinking,
existence. Yeah.
Their body would never do something like cough or sneeze.
Yeah. Well, with you, they're probably just knocked out or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, Ron.
Yeah, with that little bag of pills you always show me. You go, I'm hitting the bars before TwitchCon, and I go, poop. Not a good
That's
idea.
An awesome joke, man. Thanks. Yeah. Segue from that. Let me think. What else?
You want to do some trivia?
Like actual trivia?
Actual trivia.
I don't know. I mean, sure. I mean, is it just going to be like something basic? And I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't know the answer to that one. Okay,
let's find out.
Oh.
It's just called...
Wait, this is so weighted. You see the answer and the question?
No. It's somebody that wrote into the SpeakPipe thing, and the name of the thing is trivia.
Oh, it's a SpeakPipe. Oh, this is so daunting, but sure.
I think it's broken. Hold on. I'm going to reload.
What is 10 plus 20? Oh, fuck.
Hello and welcome. My name is Big Kitten, and tonight we will be testing the boys' memory with some forehead trivia. The game will consist of 2 questions for each of the hosts. Let's get started. The first question will be for
more
Sam.
More production than we do.
While Poob was in France, what board game did he and his friends leave out overnight, which would have made grandmother think they had a party and trashed the place? A. Scrabble. B. Monopoly. C. Sorry. Or D. Catan. Pause now to lock in your final answer.
Okay.
Wait, pause it. And I just want to say, Big Kitten, hey, thanks, man. You're doing a lot of heavy lifting right now for our show. And this is a very well laid out.
Big Kitten, already more of an asset to the podcast than Brian was. Okay. Big Kitten's big. Let's see. Yeah, I remember that. You were staying in that nice little beautiful cottage.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
I forgot this was a thing.
And you were like, there was one little board game out, and the grandma came in, and she was like, what the fuck is with this mess? And I remember it not being Monopoly. It wasn't Monopoly, I don't think. And it wasn't, maybe,
I'm not going to say.
Maybe Scrabble. It seemed like it was like this is also in France, so I don't think somebody would bring like an American board game. So maybe either Catan or, I don't know. I'm going to say Scrabble, just because Scrabble has enough pieces that it can you can misconstrue it as a mess easier.
I'll let Big Kitten reel it in, but
the correct answer
like
is
50-50.
A. Scrabble.
I think it is. Yeah,
nice. Okay.
The next question is for Poob. In the beginning of episode 84, Sam describes something Abby made as almost inedible. What food was it? A. Homemade pizza. B. Apple pie. C. Mashed potatoes and gravy. Or D. Lasagna. Pause now to lock in your final answer.
Pause that shit. Fuck. See, this is what sucks too. Is I want to go back to like you do multiple choice tests. I'm like, there's no way it's A twice in a row, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like homemade pizza rings way more of a bell. What were the other options? Mashed potatoes,
apple pie.
Yeah, replay it really quick. Apple pie.
And
what's the fourth one?
The correct answer is C.
No!
Mashed potatoes and gravy.
No! I tried to rewind it and then skip back.
We can't even when the patrons just like guide us right in.
By the way, SpeakPipe, if you go to play back on the playhead and hit play, it just skips back to where you.
Okay. Well,
little forewarning there.
I would like to wait. Okay, now re-edit this around. I think it's C. Now put that before.
Correct answer
it just got revealed.
A. Scrabble.
Okay, wait. Don't ruin the next two.
In the beginning of episode 84, Sam describes something Abby made as almost inedible. What food was it? A. Homemade pizza. B. Apple pie.
I don't think so.
C.
Maybe.
Mashed potatoes and gravy. Or D. Lasagna. Pause now to
I
lock
know
in
this
your
one.
final answer.
Mashed potatoes and gravy. I remember this
answer is
episode very
C.
well.
Mashed potatoes and gravy.
In what instance would mashed potatoes and gravy not even be edible? How do you fuck that up?
Yeah. No,
How do you fuck that
now
up?
it's ringing a bell.
Yeah. Now I can understand why I was so pissed. I don't even remember this, by the way, because, if Abby's listening to this, I think every meal you make is just an absolute
inedible.
No, a gift from the heavens.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, a little segue before we begin this again.
Yeah.
Abby, my oldest is in public school now, and the youngest is in daycare. But the youngest is old enough now that Madeline's out of public school for the summer, she knows it's unfair to bring her to daycare and be like, oh, Madeline gets to stay home all day. So we pulled Olivia out of daycare too. So Abby's like, I'm just going to be watching them for 2 months straight. And she's been...
When they're that young, you say, suck it up, okay? You go to your daycare, we're, whatever.
Yeah.
But I get it,
So
good dad.
She has been reading these books on like how to be a better parent and how to stop stressing out over stuff and how to be more understanding and how to like child psychology stuff. So she kind of has a short temper, and she's trying to make sure she's a better parent. And she's been really good recently, very understanding. All of a sudden she has like this, she's able to think on their level, and talk them through stuff. Today,
she just asks you how it would make you feel. Okay, I get it now.
And today was the first.
Blammo.
Today was the first day of summer where it was her and the two kids. I have never heard more screaming than today, dude. She lost her shit.
All that book
all,
shit went
all
right
out
out
the
the
fucking window. When all of a sudden Madeline was like, "I want eggs and toast. I want eggs and toast." And she made her eggs and toast, and Madeline's like, "I don't want it anymore," and didn't eat any of it. Abby was just like, "Fuck you." No, she didn't say that.
And I'm gonna make mashed potatoes and gravy. Good luck.
It was
slop.
the most stressful. Like, she flipped me off with anger. Like, it wasn't a joking one. I was like, "Are you okay up there?" And she just went, "Fuck you," like down the stairwell. Yeah. And then just kept walking. I was like, "Oh shit." And then when we went to the pool later, she got fucked up, like really drunk. I've never seen Abby drunk in my life. She was like, "I need this shit today." Slammed like 6 White Claws in 45 minutes. I was, holy, what happened to my wife?
My angry drunk wife's got a whole summer left to this. Oh God.
She was asking me first. She's like, "Did you bring weed?" I was like, "You don't even smoke." What happened to my wife? She's like, "I need that shit today." I was like, "Babe, this is the first day of 2 months. Okay, you have a whole 2 months ahead of you.
It's a marathon."
Yeah, Jesus Christ. So, anyways, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of tension in my family. All right, let's continue the trivia.
Now back to Sam for the next question. When Poob was in Florida for Creator Clash, what gentleman's club did he and Omid visit on a Monday night? A. Rachel's. B. Silhouettes. C. The Dollhouse. Or D. Emperor's.
I was just talking about that trip. This is actually maybe a different strip club, though.
Yeah, I don't know anything about strip clubs down there. There's so many.
I know the answer to this one, actually.
I'm either gonna say
I'm really good at
Rachel's or
remembering my own life
Silhouettes
sometimes.
and I think Silhouettes is. I've just seen the name of it
Sure, pervert.
down in Tampa, but I also like my dad lives down there. And my dad works for a program like a
Strip club.
He works for a software development company, and they did like all the how to divide up tips and like pay everybody shit software for a strip club, and in exchange the strip club gave them VIP access. Like
That's baller.
yeah, and so my dad spent a lot of time in the VIP section of the strip club afterwards, and then I think they revoked it after a while because they had more
You've
than gotten.
abused this. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like this guy's abusing the fuck out of this. He's spending way too much
saved
time.
us $80, and now he's been at the strip club 7 days. Damn, we really went on a Monday night. That's sad. This is
My dad's like 60. He doesn't give a fuck if it's got a heartbeat. He's there. He doesn't care. I'm gonna say Rachel's.
Pause now to lock in your final answer. The correct answer is A, Rachel's.
Oh,
damn, dude!
This last-
Wow.
I listen.
Okay.
I listen to you. All right.
All right.
One
Let's see if
is
I
for
go
Poop.
2 for 2. Also,
When Sam was in California for his anniversary trip, he visited a place called Fern Canyon, which was the filming location for which of these films? A, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. B, The Lost World, Jurassic Park. C, Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Or D, E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Pause now to lock in your final answer.
don't fuck this one up, dude. Okay. So, it makes sense for the Planet of the Apes too, because you're in the redwoods. I'm gonna go Star Wars Episode 6, because if I'm thinking of, you went to the redwoods, that's indoor. So, that's my answer. Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna say this. This big kitten guy, he ain't fucking around. Okay. All those movies have very plausible reasons.
I know. Yeah.
To be there.
That is tough.
Yeah, and I
mean,
feel like the strip clubs that he listed were all strip clubs that do exist in that area.
He's done a
This
good
guy's
job.
done a good job. This is almost a better audition to be Brian than that other guy that just was like, "Here's my Brian audition," and he said nothing for like 20 seconds.
We actually want a different type of Brian this time. We want Brian Kitten.
Brian that can talk. Yeah.
Oh, all right, let's.
The correct answer is
here.
B, The Lost World, Jurassic Park.
Fuck.
You got it's the
I thought you went to the.
I did.
I thought he was trying to like subvert.
Okay, so
like not calling it the Redwoods. Like maybe it's just a part of it called.
No, in the Redwood National Park, yes, the Star Wars thing was shot there. But this is Fern Canyon. Fern Canyon. There's a scene where velociraptors are chasing people through this canyon, and that's where the Lost World's filmed.
Fuck you, big kitten, I hate you. Well, also, I mean, I maybe
Audition
should have thought about it.
revoked.
Because with the Planet of the Apes, they probably shot just in the regular part of the Redwoods too for that one, maybe.
Yeah.
So like it probably, fuck
But
me,
by
I
the
don't
way,
know.
guys, if
I
you
suck.
have an opportunity to go see the Redwoods, go see Fern Canyon.
If you're a big Jurassic Park New World
No,
fan,
it's just a cool experience to see that. It's so otherworldly. It's like nobody gives, I think, Utah enough credit. When you go to Utah, like the southern part of it, where it just looks like the surface of Mars, it's so foreign to what you see on a day-to-day basis.
yeah.
It's insane. It's cool. But that's how Fern Canyon was to me. I was like, this looks like it's in a different planet. It's crazy.
That's how I feel when I go to a strip club, because I really don't go to a lot of them, guys. It's been brought up twice tonight. Those are the only two I've ever been to. But
I've
that's
never
how I feel.
stepped
So
foot
those
in a
places,
strip club except for in Vice City, in GTA 4, and GTA 5. Okay, those are
San Andreas.
San Andreas too. I think add one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's was it Rochelle mission or whatever, where you can have sex with that lady in San Andreas. I did that a couple times. Any instance where
100%ed that part,
Yeah.
big time.
I don't think GTA 3 had any sort of strip club. I would have been all about it. But I'm gonna go pee real quick.
I probably should have just at least tried to pee during that.
Oh man, I feel that piss that I just took is one of 25 pisses I've had in the past 6 months. Where I'm like, is this it? Am I old now? Like that was a dribble. That was a straight dribbler. And at first, I used to always get booths in public bathrooms or stall, not a booth. I'm not going to call it a booth. A booth implies sharing. No, just a stall. I used to always get them because I was afraid of someone coming up behind me and shaking me while I was pissing or something. And just the security of it. But now it's like, I feel embarrassed by other people's streams. Like, what the hell?
Oh, the power.
Yeah, the power. I used to be able to chip porcelain with my stream, and now I'm a dribbler? What is happening? I need to start working on Kegels or something.
I hate, well, I've talked about this before, but being just the sour mixture of my body of being both a guy that pisses a lot historically and a shy peer.
Yeah.
I get caught in so many scenarios where I'm like, I got to piss right now. And people are like, just go pee on the side of the road.
Nah.
Implausible.
Yeah.
I mean, I could maybe do it. It's not going to happen. And then I just have to pee at every goddamn place I go to like 3 times before I leave. And it's like,
I will hold it like a camel.
Stall doing coke for an hour. And I'm like, please, dude, I just have to piss.
I'm the only person in this club trying to use the bathroom for what it's used for. Okay, let me put those drugs up and let me piss. Yeah.
I hear you sniffling in there. Let me in.
Dude, this is what happens every time we go to Target with the kids. We get to like the back of the place and we're shopping, and then they both look at us and go, I have to shit. I gotta go poop. And I'm like, dude, I don't think I've ever, like, that's just something I handle before, or I hold it till I get home. And it's always an emergency with them. I've spent more time in public bathrooms with kids than I've ever spent as an adult. I didn't even know Publix had a fucking bathroom until I've been in a Publix and they go like, I gotta poop. And I'm like, this is a grocery store. Does the grocery store even have a bathroom? Who the fuck goes to the bathroom in a grocery store? That's insane. I don't even want to know that there's a toilet in the same place that I can buy vegetables. The fact that they even are together is insane.
I have to pee in a Target when I first get there a lot of the times.
You're a fucking animal. You're a freak.
Loaded. I don't want to. It's my fucking nightmare, pissing so much. One of my grandmas, I'll give you a hint which one because I just saw her the other day. Too soon.
Yeah,
way too soon.
I'm still mourning
she
the
got
loss.
me so bad. I mean, it could be, I don't think it's a part of why I'm a shy pisser, but my grandma is like, she's also, she pisses all the time. And one time when I was a kid, we were in a Target and I told her, hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And when I'm like 15 feet away, she calls out, hey, Sam. I'm like, what? Turn around. She goes, number 1 or number 2? And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, why would you
That's
ever ask
not like
that?
a hidden code. Like everybody knows what that is.
And I do just have to pee, but now everyone around us is like, well, that little kid's going to go take a shit in that bathroom. And I got her back the other day when we were at that graduation at church because she didn't do it to embarrass me. You know, she was just, I guess, curious. I don't know how long I'd be gone. But she's like, okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'm like, Grandma, are you going 1 or 2? She cracked, she loved it, but she's also, quiet down, quiet down. One time when I didn't have my license, she made me drive her car in a Panera, Jesus Christ, like drive-through. Wow. Because she had to pee so bad she couldn't hold it till we got the food, and she got fully out of the car and made me start driving it. I had no fucking idea what I was doing, but that's just the kind of family we come from. You just have to pee a lot, and you gotta, you will pee your pants if you're not careful.
My grandpa used to carry around little piss bottles that he would mark them with a skull and crossbones so he wouldn't drink them.
My toxic piss. I cannot let anyone drink this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like many people tell me just get a piss bottle for your basement or something, but that's gonna start a big part of my life.
That's a trend.
Then that's a big thing I'm gonna have.
That's what
once you break the seal on pissing in bottles,
There was a moment, by the way, where my grandfather, I think he woke up and tried to drink his piss bottle, poured it all over himself, down his chest.
He wanted to drink it. He tried to drink his piss bottle. I'm pissed.
So this guy is congestive heart failure. He would take a whole medley of pills every day. Like he was just incoherently fucked up for most of the day. And he woke up in a stupor and he poured piss all over himself and then blamed it on my grandma. My grandma's like, wait.
Is this the one that always
No, wait, I think it was my
stuff?
stepdad. She blamed it on my stepdad. Abby's, or not stepdad, my father-in-law, Abby's stepdad.
Yeah.
Blamed it on him. Because he was telling my grandma, like, Jeff came over here and poured pee on me while I was sleeping. I was like, what? He came over, walked in your house.
Poured it. He didn't piss the bed.
And then
what
just
are you talking
poured
about?
that shit on you. That's fucking hard as hell, dude. That's awesome.
I mean, what a way to wake up. Sometimes I'm a little sluggish in the morning if I just threw
this
piss
guy
on
you
myself.
barely know is pouring piss on you to wake you up.
Wake up, sweetheart. Yeah,
I can't wait till I'm old and just incoherent, and my mind doesn't even make sense to me. It's gonna be cool.
Too much longer to become fully incoherent and completely lost in your mind. You did go 2 for 2 on trivia, which is
Although I fucked up yours, I'm sorry. But Big Kitten who sent that in, that was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it was just like a really fun, like kind of nice little treat for us. So.
Since most of these are just people demanding to know where Brian is, or is there any chance for the D&D show to come back?
God, I wish,
and I go,
sorry.
Delete. Delete that. Do you want to listen to more of these? I do have more.
I mean, yeah, I'm done. I don't want to overuse this feature as like too hard of a crutch, but I do think it's a nice, spice up until people start emailing me and being like, "Fuck you, stop playing that." It makes more sense though for a patron.
Yeah. These are this is the words of the patrons. They want to hear our answers.
I don't know if this really fits the bill, but I'd say it'd make the world a better place. My girlfriend says it'd make the world a worse place. You guys be the deciding factor on this. The great debate. I say the world needs a parenting permit. You need to have a permit to have a kid. Educate people on why it's important on not to have children needlessly. And it may be a normal bodily function, but people aren't allowed to shit on the streets, not allowed to piss on the street. We see that as acceptable, like it's a normal bodily function being policed, but we're educated on why. It's the same thing, really. What do you guys think?
I think that was a horrible waste of being a billionaire. Is to fucking
parent permit.
Yeah, to make a parent permit. Nah, that's lame.
Yeah, sorry, man. We hate that one.
Yeah, that's like one step. That's like right in between eugenics. Like the state deems you worthy of having kids. That's fascist. This guy's a fascist.
I would not normally agree with this guy because I love my goddamn freedoms, but after the week I just had dealing with a bunch of kids that should probably not even be around because I'd have to assume their parents are awful, I'm okay with the idea of only just really cool guys being able to have kids.
That's true. Yeah.
And
I think it's fucked up if like the state gets to determine who has kids and who doesn't. But at the same time, when you see like little people having kids, you're like, come on, there's like a pretty damn good chance your kid's also going to be a midget.
Sometimes they're not. Sometimes
they're going to have, that moment that every father has when their kid's like 16. A lot of
Little People, Big World.
And they start butting heads with their father and going like, I think I can take you, old man. That's going to happen at like 7 years old. For like if a midget gives birth to like a normal sized kid. That kid's going to get like 7 years old and be like, fuck you, dad. Yeah. Pick him up, put him in the trash can or something.
I don't know. I know a family that has a little child.
Yeah.
And cool dude. You went to school with one of my siblings. I remember once I'm like, seems like a nice guy. And they're like, oh my God, he's the fucking worst because he can get away with anything. And he had a little stool that he'd bring to school and like, make people carry it for him and stuff, and apparently he was just like a total asshole because he knew he was kind of untouchable, and I do like that. So I think that's fine.
You don't want to be the person beting up a little person. Yeah, I would get away with so many hijinks if I was a little person.
Yeah, if I was like 5'2",
there was like this.
I'd probably get up to it no good.
5'2" not even
like how little, like 10 inches tall. Yeah.
There was a girl that I went to school with that when I was in band class, she was maybe 5 feet tall, maybe. And she decided to play the tuba. And
it's classic.
She had so much trouble carrying that shit around. She had to ask people to carry it for her.
Did they not offer like a pan flute or something? Like some sort of leprechaun tool, I don't know.
Our teacher was fucking awesome. I don't know. He'd let you do anything. He would let anybody do anything except for me join the percussion team because apparently I got no rhythm, okay? But I wanted to do percussion. He wouldn't let me. But Zach, little Zach. He's probably
star pupil.
Little golden boy Zach, mom's favorite. Well, fuck you. Okay, you're good enough for percussion. Okay, your mom's favorite. Well, what mom's dead. Okay, I'm the favorite now. Okay. Fuck. No,
You want to get some more stuff off your chest, man? You want to talk about it?
Well, I'd have to have your hand-me-down mouthpieces for your shitty tubas. I didn't want to play tuba, okay? The band teacher put me on tuba. I didn't want to play it.
It's humiliating to play tuba.
It's humiliating to be knocked down to tuba. I didn't want to play tuba. I was trumpet, and I sucked so bad at it. And he was like, I can hear you.
You're supposed to blow.
He's like, I can hear you and you suck, so I'm going to move you to baritone. I sucked at that. So he's like, you know what? You're talking too much because you're next to the trombone players. And my friend Michael was on trombone. And he's like, I'm going to move you back to tuba where you can suck all you want and nobody can hear you. And he's like, and I know you got hand-me-down mouthpieces from your brother. And I don't know. I had a horrible time in band because I was just, every time I sucked, he was like, you're no Zach. You're no Zach. Zach would have killed that B-flat scale.
Yeah, I had the reverse recently where my little sister has a teacher I had. I'm like, oh, I love that teacher, And I always thought he really liked me as a student. I did really well in the class, and we'd always joke around and stuff. I told her to tell him I said, hey. And then she also asked me, though, I don't know why he got a little bit insulted maybe from what she told him, but she was about to do her AP test and was like, was it really hard, blah, blah. I'm like, I barely studied for that thing. That was easy. Like, that class is easy. I didn't tell her to tell him that, but she was like, yeah, my older brother says, hey, and that he took your class and it was a blow-off class and he barely studied and got an A. And then the guy's like, oh, yeah, I remember your brother. Yeah, he was all right, but, he tried to be smarter. Like, he tried in that class so hard, and he just couldn't really pull it off. Like, what the fuck?
He thought his brain was big, but his brain was actually small.
Like an A+ in that class. And he just, like, fucking basically said, fuck you. Yeah. And then I thought he really liked my older brother, but yeah, he prefaced it with, he was like, is it that older brother? Is it like the druggie or is it the like little one? I'm the little one.
Is it the shrimp or the druggie? Yeah, is it the burnout or the fucking little
Do we have a problem with this teacher? Do we have like a family beef with this guy? I thought we were cool. And I was sad to find out even in high school, probably, proving his point of me being a stupid little bitch. But he used to call me, he gave little nicknames to everyone. And he called me Samuel Alito. Just thought he was saying a cool, maybe Spanish way to call me elite. He was talking about the Supreme Court justice. It was just a reference I didn't get.
Yeah.
But I always thought, I'm like, yeah, Alito. Like, that's cool. Like, should I change my last name to that? It wasn't even spelled the way I thought it was or anything. Yeah. He was, maybe I just looked like this judge or something. I don't even know really why he called me that. But yeah, he probably hates that judge. Fucking hates me, hates my guts.
I'm gonna look up the Alito judge. Oh, this is that guy. Okay, I know this dude. Oh, this is the guy that's currently in trouble because he flew the flag upside down on his.
Yeah, I saw him on the news the other day. I just tuned out because I said, "God damn it, I hate that guy," because I just always thought I got the coolest nickname. Because a lot of them were kind of insulting, and then mine was.
And then yours was,
I'm elite. I'm pure elite. Like, that's sweet. I'll take that. Meanwhile, he's like, this dumb little bitch doesn't even know what I'm saying. He's on a different planet than me right now. I'm a professor in public school. I'm a teacher. He's a dumb little idiot shrimp. Yeah, but that stung.
Yeah.
But I don't take things like that to heart. I don't take little things like that. I don't think about them. I don't stew on it. So
that's good. That's good.
Grudge log grows a little thicker every day, and now it's getting more vague. Normally I know their name. Now I'm just writing group of teens at bar. Made me feel stupid and old.
But also in another parallel page, pranks, tapping buttons when someone's at an ATM. That's pretty foolproof.
Ideas for how to make people that are even older than me angry. Yeah.
How to piss off someone and probably get shot in public. Mess with an ATM while someone has their card in it.
My money now. My money now.
If I'm at an ATM, I've actually, like, there's like these shitty ones outside Publix. I'll put my card into it, and I've actually like turned around and just been like, dude, can you like back up? You're like 1 foot away from me. Like there's kind of like a space that you give, even pre-COVID. You give me 6 feet when I'm at that fucking ATM. The fact that that chair was even within proximity of the ATM, that rubs me wrong. That's really it's a no-win situation.
Bar.
Yeah.
I would call the health inspector and say I found a finger in my fries or something, but yeah, I don't even know where I was, so I can't really hold any grudges to the bar itself. I don't know what it's called. I was in there for about 5 minutes before I got kicked out by a group of youths.
group of youths.
Rambunctious knuckleheads got me right out of there.
Not like such a geriatric man.
Dude.
You're hooligans.
I'm okay. I'm getting old.
Can't a man just enjoy a couple beers on his time off work?
Can I get a pint of Guinness and just sit at the pub? Hang out with my chums, dude? No. I got to get picked on by a bunch of kids. God, it's so stupid.
10 years ago, I would have been you, kid, okay?
Listen, guys, I get it. I used to be kind of a bad boy, but one day you got to grow up and your brain fully in there. Like, fuck you. Okay. All right, all you kids listen up. I'm going to teach you a life lesson. They take my card and beat the shit out of me. Yeah, fuck this. I fucking hate them. I'm going to think about that for the rest of my life. I probably, next time you see me, I'm not going to have a mustache. I'm going to have a buzz cut. But I'm just done with it.
No reason.
It's too much ammo for my enemies. Now I'm starting to get what you were on about last episode, about giving your enemies ammo. Yeah. I gotta walk in there with the complete blank slate of a man. Yeah. There's nothing on me that you can pick out. Yeah. Well, they have like a Rorschach mask on. Do not give out
information, okay? It's information about yourself is weakness, okay? It can be weaponized. It's very important. But it's important to always farm it, okay? When someone hits buttons, you start asking them questions. That's when you turn into Fletcher from Whiplash. Oh, where are you from? What's your relationship like with your mom? I would have weaseled my way into that group as much as possible.
Start putting Visine in their drinks.
Fuckers. Yeah, that's when the Poob's classic bag of pills comes out.
Yeah, let me.
I'm not attracted to any of you, but I am going to ruin your night.
Not those kinds of pills. It's just rat poison. Okay, it's a pill that kills you. I'm not threatening to kill a bunch of these kids. Yeah. Okay, let me just go and put that on the record.
This is fantasy.
And I don't have a bag of pills.
This is mind fantasy.
Are you just going to make that a reoccurring? That's going to be awesome for me. Thanks, dude. Yeah, your little sleepy time pills you always carry around. That's super fun.
That's super.
I think I'm going to go, man. I think I'm going to head out. I've got to do some writing, if you know what I'm talking about.
Add me to your grudge log.
Okay,
Sam's insinuating that I'm a date rapist. Not cool.
After I just was sensitive about being called Ron Jeremy, just doubled into it. God damn it.
I gave what Sam called ammo.
He's got yeah.
And I shouldn't have.
To an enemy. Yeah.
My boss.
Yeah. My mistake. This is not a work environment conducive for
you should contact HR.
Yeah.
That's Abby. Yeah. Not Stalt. Yeah. It's Abby.
Yeah, I would just do what I want to do. This guy I'll call Abby. Sam was
being really mean.
He's being really mean. He said your food sucks.
Sam says your mashed potatoes and gravy sucks or whatever.
He said you're like a bad mom that can't handle having 2 kids at home for even a day, and that you were kind of being a bitch and he hates you. Not my words. He said it. So I've got her phone number, dude. I'll fucking call her right now. Wake up. Sam just said something awful.
She's been asleep. It's only 10 p.m. She's been asleep for 2 hours. Dude, she's like an Amish woman. She goes to bed with the sun, okay?
Yeah.
That must feel good, though, to like go to bed with the sun, wake up with the sun. It's like you're in tune with the world.
I know. I had a... Speaking of, I don't want to say speaking of creepy guys when I'm kind of talking about when you were talking about me. But speaking of
guys that should never be alone with women.
I kind of give you a bad vibe. We did get out of one bar, and at this point it was just one guy and me. And there was a dude just outside the bar, and he's like, "Oh, are they closing down in there?" I'm like, Yeah, he's closing down. He immediately he's like, all right, what are we doing, guys? Like, you guys want to hang out? I'm like, what were you doing out here? And he's like, oh, dude, there's a bartender that works there that's so hot. And like, I was just going to kind of wait and see if she came out when it closed. Like, wow, that is a really creepy thing to say out loud this comfortably. I'm like, I know what I look like, dude. You're probably like, you got that bag of pills on you, but
when I was saying maybe I'll see you out in the parking lot later as a joke to these women, this guy was actually just...
No, this guy was just kind of staking out the bar
he was literally out in the parking lot waiting for a woman to go back.
Probably should have gone inside and been like, you should get walked home to your car tonight or something.
There's a psycho out here waiting for you.
There's a man that's just very open with his intention. He brought you flowers. Yeah. Sniff these flowers. Press the button that sprays.
Yeah.
I don't have a fake bouquet of flowers that sprays sleep dust in your face. You got any more of those whatever pipe speaks or whatever?
Speak pipes? Yeah, I got plenty.
Oh, well, we shouldn't do too many.
Do you think that Big Iron by Marty Robbins is a police propaganda song meant to dissuade people from being cool as fuck, being outlaws? When has a country song ever had the police win? Never. That's when. And I'm supposed to believe that Texas Red didn't clear leather first? I don't believe a word of it. It would be like the scene of Buster Scruggs, right between the eyes or through the 10-gallon hat or whatever happened. The point is, do you think Marty Robbins was an agent of the CIA and was directly involved in the assassination of JFK? I think yes.
Who submitted this?
Lewis, but he sounds a lot like there's a YouTube channel, goated YouTube channel called Rob Iger. He does film analysis videos.
And you think this is Rob?
This is not Rob Iger, but it sounds a lot like him. If you guys... I already have an insane love of John Carpenter's The Thing, 1982 classic. Rob Iger has like 6 film analysis videos of John Carpenter's The Thing. You should watch them all. They're insane. Also, on top of that, there's another YouTube channel called The Tape Archives, where it's Tarantino's podcast where he does film analysis on like Point Break and a couple other movies. And
Star Wars,
and somebody's like edited visuals to go along with them. One of them's Dirty Harry, and those are insane to hear someone that's that in tune with like, I guess, film knowledge,
the industry.
Yeah. This guy, Tarantino, he'll list off like actors that are just B tier actors from the 70s. Like he just knows them by name.
Also, am I wrong? And he's saying the song "Big Iron" makes you want to not be a cowboy and an outlaw?
No, he's saying that it's fascist propaganda because it's Marty Robbins is talking about the sheriff coming in and killing Big Red. Okay. And it's the good guy triumphing over the bad guy. But you need to remember that this song came out during a time where this was the romanticized like John Wayne Western era before the spaghetti Western and the anti-heroes. This was like the rifleman bonanza era where the sheriff goes out, kills the bad guy. That's how it always happened. And then the 70s hit, or actually mid 60s hit, and all of a sudden the anti-heroes popped up where it was like, bad guy sometimes wins. I kind of like those movies where the bad guy wins. Personally.
Wonder why. Yeah, I guess I've never, now that I think about it, the song totally is about that. Yeah. But when I listen to that song, I'm normally playing Red Dead and just blasting the hell out of people, and I'm not really listening. Yeah, I'm not really paying attention that Big Red's dying. I'm just thinking I'm now Big Red. So for those that don't really, analyze the song, I think it actually adds more Western violence. Now, if you're some sort of dork and you're like, you have ears and you hear the very clear laid out plot of the song and analyze it in your clown pewter, then sure, he did kill JFK. But
I don't get the tie into JFK, but I will say the song is clear fascist propaganda, and Marty Robbins, it kind of ruined his legacy for me a little bit. But that doesn't
like John Wayne.
Yeah, that does not. Yeah, when John Wayne threatened that Native American girl on during the Oscars,
that's real cowboy shit.
I was like, scalp her on the fucking stand.
It's about time we get a win. Yeah. They're always getting wins.
They get all of Oklahoma? Are you kidding me?
Get her off the stage.
Off the fucking stage.
John Wayne, kill her, please.
Dude, if someone would have handed him a Winchester right there, that would have, and a fucking horse, that would have been an epic moment. But
lasso her.
Yeah. That doesn't stop me from having that Marty Robbins album framed on my wall. Okay, that's a good album, as fascist as it may be. But that
separate the art from the artist. Come on,
yeah.
Marty Robbins, you can still listen to.
I actually had a conversation with my father-in-law about that, where he was like, the girls love Taylor Swift, and he's like, I don't like Taylor Swift because she's liberal. And I was like, do you like Michael Jackson? He's like, I love Michael Jackson. Thriller, are you kidding me? I was like, that guy, first of all,
pop music?
Looks like a freak. Second of all, he's accused of being a pedophile. Like, if there's anybody you should separate the art from the artist. Like, when I'm of the opinion,
he's
guys.
Trying to not separate the art.
He's trying not to.
He's trying to mash them.
But personally, I can't even listen to Michael Jackson's music because as soon as I hear his voice, I get the mental image of Michael Jackson. The guy is a ghoul. He's an absolute.
You are missing out on an incredible
he is
catalog
an absolute freak to just imagine the view of. Maybe during the day.
Little MJ.
Maybe during the day. Yeah, I might be able to listen to like some of the early hits. The Jackson 5, maybe,
Beat It.
But
The Girl Is Mine with Paul McCartney. There's a lot of them I still. I do, now sometimes when I do listen to PYT and he's like, pretty young thing. I'm like, how young are we talking here? Like, well, tell me it's not true. Yeah.
I don't know. I get an icky feeling from Michael Jackson's music. He's odd. It's an odd dude.
Fuck that, dude. Blast some Michael Jackson right now.
But Bill Cosby stand up, that still hits. That still fucking hits. All right.
His TV show is the only one I can still watch because it's got good old family values.
Good family values, and his stand up is still funny. Okay. Even those bits where he's talking about drugging women, he's got plenty of those bits. But no, he's Bill Cosby is fucking funny though.
So guys that make a lot of bits about drugging women might be more inclined to have done it, I guess. So yeah, keep making those jokes, dude. See where it gets you.
Dude,
keep laughing at me.
I've talked to like maybe 4 women in my life. Okay, there's no accusations can come my way. Okay, I might be a dark-hearted person, but I am.
Women are off the table.
Yeah, women are off the table. Okay, if some dude says Sam was pretty aggressive towards me sexually, you might be able to. There might be some credence to that. Okay, but yeah, no, I'm fine. As far as you know,
famous last words. Yeah, but I'm totally clean. So
you guys don't have to worry about me. Yeah. But if you're thinking about ratting, go ahead and send me an email and I'll pay you off, like whatever it takes. I got to keep this shit going. I got kids,
3 months Patreon. I'll give you whatever. Priority speak pipe questions. It will get you in every episode. You want to be the new Brian? Well, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
Keep this ship floating. Yeah. Be a team player. Okay.
Yeah. Dude, do you want to get paid or do you want a big win? Okay, what do you want? What do you want? The crime's been done. Okay, do you want money or what? What do you?
Do you hate us more than you love money? Come on, what are your priorities here? All right, let's hear another one. Let's hear another speak pipe.
Okay. Wait.
This is what we do now. We're a speak pipe podcast.
Which ones have we done? We've done this one. We've done this one.
Hey Sam. You were raving on and on and on, in the past about pork jowls this, pork jowls that, and I don't think I've heard you talk about going down to the butcher and getting yourself some pork jowls lately. What happened? Huh? What happened? I don't hear about those pork jowls. Ain't frying them up anymore? And Poob, I'm so sorry to tell you, but I tried Voodoo Ranger.
Oh.
God, I couldn't even finish a can. I'm so sorry.
I thought he was going to call me Ron Jeremy for a second.
Literally got a 4-pack because I was like, Boom drinks this. I'll drink it. Dude, I fucking spat it out. Oh my God. It's just not for me. Anyways, have a good one.
Score 1 for influencers leading the blind end up just buying something.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'll say it 1,000 times. I'll maybe say it way more depending on this email I get soon about. I don't even know how much I can talk about. I don't even know if, listen, just know if that light ever goes out, you can rag
it's
on it.
It's like the Batman symbol
want.
dimming and never, yeah.
You can spit it out. You can do whatever. No, I get that. I mean, IPA.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's literally not Voodoo Ranger. It's the subgenre of beers, IPAs. It's not the brand. It's the actual type of beer. So if you're not into Voodoo Ranger, it's not because Voodoo Ranger makes bad beer. It's because you don't like IPAs.
It also comes back to what are your priorities? Yeah. Okay. Do you want to sip on a beer while you're watching the game, or do you want to drink a tall boy that will make you feel drunk after one of them?
Yeah.
You know, what do you want to min-max your drinking, or are you just a real casual person and you're fine with a Corona or two?
Yeah. And back to the pork jowls.
I'm curious.
I think something's up, dude. I think the word's out because I picked up my pork jowls. If I don't know if anybody has good, maybe this is another one for that the trivia guy. I don't remember the exact price of the pork jowls when I picked them up.
Our dedicated scanner for every episode. Yeah. Maybe you can let us know what we've already.
Yeah. What was the price of those pork jowls initially? This. I think they were it was like $2 or something like that for a pound of pork jowls. It was insanely low price, whereas bacon is sometimes like $5-6 a pound. I went to go pick up pork jowls at Publix. Dude, the price is damn near what bacon is. Absolute scam.
Do you like it more?
I'm not saying I like it more because it is a slightly different taste than bacon and it's like chewier, but it isn't bad. It's good. I mean, it's fried up like bacon-esque meat. It's good. If it's that much cheaper, then hell yeah, I'll buy it all day because then you can get really thick cut bacon, It'd be great on like a sandwich or something like that. But when I went to Publix, the value was not there. Okay. Maybe it's because I initially bought it at like a Winn-Dixie in the middle of fucking nowhere in the Appalachians. But at the Publix here, man, I think it was like $4.90 a pound for pork jowl, uncut. It was just and it was like a really fatty piece. I was like, this isn't even a good cut of pork jowl. I felt like I was getting scammed. I felt like maybe Winn-Dixie has better pork jowl game than Publix does.
Never heard this word said more than now. Yeah, just even looking on Google, I mean, it does look good. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should try it out. Also, I love the first question for Quora when you look up pork jowl is, what cut of meat is pork jowl from? I'm going to assume from the jowl area.
You should be like a butcher. You're so intuitive,
You want pig eyes or pig ears? Or, I
what
use
cut
the entire
is the
beast.
pig eye? That's what I want to know. I think it's around the ocular region.
Where does it come from? Yeah. Pork retina. Little stringy fat piece you can pull right out.
I remember in class watching this documentary on like Inuit tribes or something. And it was like about them killing a walrus and cutting up and using every part of it. And so as like a 6th grader, I get to see this walrus get completely dismembered in a film. And it was the most insane thing in the world to see. They just take like a flaying knife and cut out its eyes. And then the little Inuit kids are taking turns. Yeah. Like jawbreakering it like a fucking Ed and Eddie bit. And I was like,
dude, what do you want them to do? Go down to the grocery store and grab some gumballs?
Dude, I would rather pop anything in my mouth than a fucking walrus eyeball. That was insane.
All right, well, you got walrus dick, testicle. You want
I would
that
suck
more?
a walrus dick for fucking 2 hours instead of having 10 minutes of walrus eye in my mouth.
You'll have plenty of that when you come to my house, okay? If you want a walrus size dick, dude. Blammo. Have you
I'm
ever
Googling
had
walrus
steak tartare?
Yes, I have. The only time I've ever had steak tartare, Alex ordered steak tartare. She's like, "You've never had it? Try some." I was like, "Oh, it's pretty good," but I wouldn't order it. I don't think. I had it on like a little piece of bread, like spread on top.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get flamed by some like classy patrons or something. I've never tried it, but when I was in France, that is all my friend ate. It seems so fucking gross. Like it can't be better than regular steak, right? You're just eating raw beef.
Was
like what is?
I don't know what it's like. Not cured with, but what it's mixed with really overpowers the taste of beef, and I feel like
normally it's onions, capers, pepper, mushrooms, Worcestershire.
Yes, it's the
how do you say that word?
Worcestershire. It's that Worcestershire sauce really just kind of tramples over the steak. I don't know. Call me crazy, guys. If you put Worcestershire sauce on your steak, you're kind of a fucking kid. All right, that's like putting ketchup on your steak.
Also, I mean, yeah, I just don't get. It's like eating a walrus eye, but way. I think you're way more guilty because you're going to go to a fancy place and just order a steak that they have to work way less to make for you, and you eat some, raw ground beef. Go to the store.
It's not ground beef. Okay, it's just a nice cut of meat.
I know whatever. It's like it is like it just looks like ground beef though.
Now here's the question: if we're talking about beef, BTorrent, he's like he all of a sudden has been on this big kick of sous vide stuff. Would you ever sous vide a steak?
No, I mean I wouldn't eat steak really in any way, probably, but when I go to a place with medium,
medium. He talks about sous vide steak.
Is sous vide where you just like put it in a bag of hot water?
You vacuum seal it into like a bag, and then you put that bag into boiling water so that it cooks it.
That's exactly what I'm trying to describe.
No, what you're describing is putting hot water in a bag and then putting the steak in there.
No, I meant you put the steak in the bag. God damn it.
It just seems like a way of getting microplastics into your steak is really what it seems like. But apparently it's food safe plastic bag, and you cook it to a very even temperature so that it's basically like a fucking nerdy alchemist chemist way of cooking steak. It's an unnecessary step, okay? Put that fucker on a hot cast iron pan with some goddamn butter and garlic. That's all you need. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, what? You feeling fancy? Some rosemary, okay? Anything beyond that,
garnish.
You're fucking it up. And the whole sous vide stuff, I'm not wasting a plastic bag to cook my steak or whatever.
And some good boiled water.
Yeah, some good water. Are you kidding me?
Can you also I get it maybe if you're cooking pasta in the water at the same time or something, but
might sous vide some pork jowl. Get it?
It could be good.
Dude, I am about to pop. I've been slamming beers
again, dude. There's something wrong with this dynamic. Okay. Oh fuck! I'm so sore. I've been sleeping on a couch for 3 days. A shitty couch too. All right, we're back. Hey guys, we're back in the podcast. Okay, after all those burps. Okay,
I'd
guys, we're back.
Make everyone a Poobinator, where it would turn everyone into poob.
Yeah, fucking bomb the planet. I would do my darndest to be like a terrorist at that point.
A world where everyone just gets along and has a great time at the bars. It sounds like a nightmare. No, I get pretty sick of that too. I'd be out of a job pretty goddamn quick. I already just look like a guy, and then now there's 7 billion of us.
You look like a guy. Every time a fucking school shooter comes out, people are going, "Oh, Sam, look, it's you!" They tag me on Twitter.
Yeah, you look like a lethal guy. Okay, I look like Alex guy. I would. Once again, it's our fault for the prompt, but I'd give you $1 billion. Yeah, I think there's some. Actually, I don't like that. Yeah. From a perspective of, It'd be cool. I mean, did they just physically embody me, or do they become? Do they have my family?
I think you would be funny.
Well, my family would become me,
like an Indian version of you. Would they still have like nationalities and ethnicities?
Oh, like would everyone just be different, like shades of me? That'd be cool.
That'd be kind of cool. I want to see the Mexican Poob. I want to meet him.
I want to see me with huge fat tits.
That would also be cool. I would fire you and get that one instantly.
Poobinator. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for that submission. Who was that?
Scrumbo.
Eric. Scrumbo. Thank you.
That's almost like our dear friend Bumbo.
Thanks, Big D. Yeah. Yeah. It just is Bumbo.
Might be. Hold on, let's listen to his voice again.
I'd probably make like a...
No, it's not him. I can't. I
think you'd be able to tell before.
I haven't talked to him in like years. I don't know. When was the last time we talked to that guy? Like 6 years ago?
I don't forget a voice, Really?
I don't know. Maybe if they have like a funny accent. If I talk to Sir Winter, I'd be like, that's Sir Winter right off the bat. But there's some people that I don't think I'd be able to pick them up immediately. Especially if they have like a non-regional dialect like Bumbo had. Dude, then there's people like Stalt. Stalt has such an iconic voice. I would be 25 years from now, when this podcast is dead and buried, if I just randomly get a hate voicemail from someone.
Let's make it 30.
It's
sure
Stalt.
If you
I'd
get
be
a
like,
hate voicemail, there's about 1,000 options of who it could be, but
I'll be able to pick it out if it's Stalt, dude. You better use a good voice changer if you're leaving me.
This isn't Brian. This is Stalt. Okay. God. Okay. Jesus Christ. What we got next? You got any tales from this week? I feel like I just told like 5 stories and we went to speak pipe. You got any funny? Say something funny. You're a funny guy.
No, I got nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I got absolutely nothing.
Blowing the own wind out of our. Blowing the wind out of our
own
wings.
Speak pipe, and I have. That's about it. I've had a I've had a tumultuous week of rearing kids and editing, and that's about it.
That's fair.
Some minor squabbles amongst friends, playing a lot of Arena. That's about it. That's what I got.
I thought about that a lot while I was in Chicago. Like, I hope Arena's still there when I get home. I'd really hate to miss the tail end of that.
It's good. It's still fucking good.
I don't get why they don't just make that a permanent game mode. Why Earth isn't always there? Why are they going to take the fun away?
There's actually, it's not a Steam game. There's not a whole. You don't get Steam charts for it. I'm assuming the player base of League is actually a lot smaller than they lit on. And they don't want to split up the amount of people between a bunch of different queues.
I guess. I feel like that game's fucking massive, but
I don't know. Yeah. You say that, but go watch a high-level League player do ranked. Once you're up in like Challenger and stuff, it takes them like 20 minutes to find a game. Long ass queue times.
That's like 0.5% of the population of League players or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I could get there if I actually did my placements. I think I could.
Remember back in the day, you could just look at the people in Challenger on the League client, and I just sent a friend request to every person I could find that was in Challenger and see if they'd play with us. Yeah. Sad. I just wanted to get carried, dude. I was just like, "Do you have a Smurf or something you can come play game with us?" We got one guy ever. He did play with us for a while, and he was really fucking good. It was awesome.
They're always like one tricks. Like they just have something they do, and then they've perfected it. Yeah. Which I always found so boring to just sit there and like play Vayne, and that's it. I mean,
I say that, but I played Teemo for like 2 years straight.
That's awesome.
I'm good on this
game.
That's
awesome.
I
am a huge. I think I'm Mastery 7 on Teemo. Teemo fucking rocks, dude. There's nothing better than. If you guys haven't played League and gone down that horrible path in life, it's horrible. Yeah. Everything's bad, but there is 1% of the time it's beautiful. And part of that time is when you're Teemo and someone goes to dive you and they don't know you've put 10 mushrooms under your own turret. And you're just like, I'm a little helpless Teemo. For the people that don't play League of Legends, he's like a little rat. He's like a little hamster. Everybody else looks like Johnny Bravo. Every other champ is this big badass guy with a sword. Timo is like a hamster with a blow dart gun, and he's just
all
awesome.
the other Yordles kind of look like little nerds too.
But well, I was a big Yordle fan. You know, I played Heimerdinger, played a lot of Timo. Those are my two.
Yeah.
And then Destruction Man, of course.
I played him too much before. I don't think masteries were a thing, so now my masteries are
irrelevant.
Let's crank and echo.
Well, I got a bunch of Mastery 7s, and then now they've opened it to where Mastery 7 isn't even, like, that's not even cool anymore. Now it's like you can get to Mastery 30 or something. And I'm like, what the fuck's the point? Now I just look like a loser with only Mastery 7.
Yeah, you might look like more of a loser if you've got all the maxed ones out, but I get your point. You know, you're in that crowd.
Yeah, in that
people
crowd.
that care about that. Yeah. You suck. But saying it out loud, yeah.
Well, it's kind of like to streamers, Asmongold is fucking awesome. He's a rock star. But if you're like a normal human being,
yeah, for me, he's kind of like my hero because I see a guy that's just kind of living in squalor.
But to like the outside human that looks at Asmongold, they go, "Who the fuck is this freak?"
Yeah. I mean, that's probably exactly like us. Also, for all the
people,
the guys that listen to this and then show their girlfriend the podcast, and they're like, "Sucks." You know, it's all relative. We're all losers in someone's eyes. It could be a group of teens at a bar. It could be, you know, someone watching your stream.
Mm-hmm.
It could be an old teacher that you idolized. You know, there's a lot of people that probably think we're losers. And sometimes you learn about all of them in 1 week, and it just kind of puts you on a downward spiral.
Yeah, but and you're real low. And
real low. Yeah. So you do a podcast to get brought back up, and you get called a pervert the whole time. It sucks. I hate that. No. You do any? I already asked. Sorry, guys. I had a lot of traveling this weekend, and we got to pump this fucking episode out for you. Lickety split. So
yeah, I do have like 1 million goddamn speak pipes.
All right, hit a couple more.
Okay.
Hello, Forehead Fables crew. Floridian here. I don't have a proper response to the question, but I was wondering how y'all would deal with a roach infestation in your kitchen. I've tried everything, and the baby roaches are starting to grow into adult roaches, and it's quite frightening.
It's like that picture you have. They're back.
That was Benjamin, and he also sent in a painting describing his situation.
Thanks for that painting. It does help.
Yeah, it does.
It says 1,000 words more than
the
speak
eyes
pipe.
are really a huge indicator of the emotional state. You're gonna want to look into something called borax, and you can get it in this nice. It's like a powder that, for some reason, roaches they hit it and it fucking destroys them. It's like fentanyl, but for roaches, and you do a light dusting in all the nooks and crannies. You go underneath your sink and around the pipes, you hit some borax under there. And then you pull out your toaster. Toasters usually have like a crumb depositing tray on the bottom. I guarantee you there's roaches in there.
Oh,
yeah.
gross.
I would probably fucking chuck the toaster.
It's actually a pretty decent answer.
Under your stove. You might want to vacuum the shit out of it. Once again, hit it with some borax under there. A light dusting. Don't do big fucking coke lines of borax, okay? They'll see that from a mile away. You're supposed to be doing a light dusting, so they're smart. So they're walking and they go, "Oh fuck, I'm in borax." You know, they'll see a big wall of borax.
Does it kill them or just like dissuade them from being around? Because wouldn't you have to dust your whole house at that point?
No, it's some sort of like, so they breathe through these like orifices that are in their exoskeleton. And the borax gets in there and fucking kills them. It like dries them out from the inside or something. It's some sort of, it fucks them up. It kills them. And then they end up drying out. But then here's the catch here, Benjamin.
Roach expert over here.
I've lived in rentals before, and the people before me were gross. After they die, you have to periodically clean out their bodies because other roaches will feed on the dead roaches. So you have to, it's like a constant, you got to be
Let me just
super
say,
clean.
even if that wasn't a thing where roaches ate other dead roach bodies, I would clean up all the dead insects anyway.
Well, how often do you go under your stove looking for dead roaches?
I see now kind of more your point, but if I had a roach infestation, I'd be a little more vigilant. Clean those little guys up.
It's a 50-50 split. If I know I have a roach infestation, I feel like half of the time I'd be like, I don't even want to look under the stove because I don't want to get the creepy crawlies before I go to bed. But yeah, I would be on top of that shit. That sucks. Especially if you live in like a multi-family housing situation where you're like in an apartment building or a quadplex or something like that. Because then you can have a completely clean place. I used to live in it was a duplex where on my side, it was clean as hell. But then on the other side, we shared an attic and everything. They were running, I think, a Chinese restaurant, like storage for all their food for the Chinese restaurant out of this duplex. And then there was all these like immigrants that were living there. There was like 7 Chinese people living in this tiny little duplex. And in their garage, they had a bunch of chest freezers full of Chinese food that they would then bring down to the Chinese restaurant. And they just had roaches like crazy over there because it was super unsanitary. And their roaches would make it into our place. And so, I would go up into the attic and I would put like there's like this gel bait that you put down that the roaches eat. And then they bring it back and it kills everything or whatever. I don't know.
That's definitely one option. I would get 2 of those salt revolvers that shoot out salt pellets, throw on some big iron, feel like a badass, spin that shit around, blast them. Now I know roaches are like notoriously hard to kill. Yeah. I'd assume though, if you shot them enough with that or point blank, it would, it'd explode them.
There's nothing scarier to me than when you're about to rain hell
Put borax in the salt pellet.
Yeah, you have a borax shooting pistol where you can just dust them.
Probably kill a person with that if you shoot them in the right spot. But.
Oh, that's the beauty about borax is it's food safe. Apparently, you can put it in your kitchen and it's all right. Oh wait, there's also something called like detritus earth or something. There's some bullshit name for something you can put down that fucks them up. That's also food safe. That's not borax, but that doesn't matter. Point is,
glue traps.
Clean up your fucking gross kitchen, okay? They'll eat anything. They'll eat the adhesive on envelopes. They'll eat anything. So you have to.
That's great. I've never had to deal with like roaches like that. That's now just another thing to be afraid of one day.
And if you find out they're like German cockroaches, you're fucked. If they're just big cockroaches, you can stomp that out. I believe in you. But if they're like the little ones, burn the house for insurance money and get out of there.
Harder to get rid of?
Yeah, they're impossible. There's millions of them. They'll live inside a VCR. They'll live inside they'll live inside anything. They'll get inside of like a
person.
Yeah, a person that probably crawling in and out of you.
Like that guy from Men in Black. Yep. That's a big cockroach.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
and all of a sudden you'll be sitting there eating breakfast and a guy will be across the bar from you in your house and he'll be like, sugar water. And he'll be like, who the fuck are you? He's, I live here now.
Did you put borax in this water?
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about, man? No. Well, wasn't it like her husband? Or it doesn't matter.
It was her husband. Sugar water. Dude, that movie was the first PG-13 movie I ever watched, and I saw it in theaters. And I love that movie as a kid. I thought that movie fucking rocked. It still rocks. That movie's awesome.
Yeah. It holds up, probably. I haven't seen it in forever, but... Yeah.
That movie and the Fifth Element, those are my two. Those are my two, like, as a kid, awesome sci-fi movies. We recently did a screening of the Fifth Element.
Watched Treasure Planet. Oh, that's fun. Little movie night.
Little movie night. I wasn't there for it, of course, but I heard it was awesome.
It was a total blast.
They always have it during dinner time, which is, of course, when I'm feeding dinner to my kids. So I'm like, they're like, well, we want to do a dinner and a movie. I'm like, well, that's fucking awesome, but maybe dinner and then hang out and then a movie. But no, that never works.
Nightcap.
Nah. Matt.
If I was an evil billionaire, I would make everybody reset their passwords to all of their logins every 2 weeks. and they can't make real words. It all has to be like randomly generated.
This sucks. Sean K.
That's evil.
Hey, this is Sean from Washington.
It's good.
My
for
question is,
cybersecurity.
have you guys thought of doing a skiing or snowboarding trip? Kind of like how you did the hiking trip that one year? It would be cool to get some more IRL content and to see you guys try something you've never done before. Thanks. Have a good one.
That's so professional. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. That'd be awesome. I have skied before, and I really like it.
The
so
problem is,
I'd love to go.
much like going to a movie on a first date, there's not a whole lot of time to communicate on a skiing trip. You know, you're just once you're out there on the slopes, you're kind of by yourself, to be honest.
They got a bar or something. I mean, we could do side by side, maybe
tandem skiing,
like a tandem bike. Yeah, we're one, marionette
like
connected together.
Siamese twins.
Yeah,
we'll do it sack race style. Both
3
of our
skis total.
2 of our legs on one ski. Yeah, we'll do a snowboard in the middle and then 2 skis.
For that would be pretty goddamn horrifying. Skiing is another thing where
has anybody done that? Like a ski and then a snowboard and then a ski and 2 people.
Holy shit! You just $1 billion idea.
It's like a good way to run into a tree and die. At least
one. Sounds like a good way to get cut in half. Yeah.
A broken knee and at least somebody mangled.
Imagine getting on a chairlift or whatever. Skiing's one of those things where I did it a lot when I was a kid, when my mom was dating that rich guy, and I was like, I love skiing, it's awesome. And then I didn't do it again for 10 years, 15 years. Yeah. We took a high school trip to a ski place, and I was so self-confident, thinking, I'm gonna impress everyone. Everyone's gonna think I'm so cool. I used to ski when I was a kid. It's not like riding a bike. I was so bad. It was horrible. I mean, I was embarrassed. It was scary too. I was going way too fast at points. But it's like when you go rollerblading or something. Just when you're ready to leave, you feel pretty good at it, and then you have to go home.
I used to race BMX bikes as a kid, and
I couldn't even imagine you on a regular bike now. So,
well, the BMX bikes, you start at the top of a hill. And basically, it's like a half pipe. You just go vertically down and then to gain your initial bit of speed. And the way you start it is you start, it's like a roller coaster. You start down the hill and this gate holds your front tire. And then at the countdown, they lower the gate and you just haul ass because of like your weight down the hill. And I remember I used to do it as a kid and easy as pie. And then I went back there as an adult and I was like, oh, I'm going to ride the BMX track. And I got to the top of the starting hill and I was just like shaking. And I was like, what the fuck? I want to go down this.
Yeah. When you're a kid, you fall, you kind of just tumble around, then you're fine.
That was like a death fall. If I fell now, I would have just crumpled at the bottom. Yeah. And what you were saying about rollerblading, I went to the skating rink with my kids and I was like, they, of course, wouldn't even touch the skating rink. For some reason, because they were playing on the little playground. And I was like, well, I'm going to get my money's worth. So I got some skates and I got on the skating rink and I was doing that thing where I'm like hands out, like scared, like taking little baby steps. And I remember as a kid, I used to like get sideways where I would just take corners and be like laying down almost on the ground. Just so confident that those wheels were gripping.
So cool as a kid.
What happened? Yeah, chain wallet flowing in the wind. Yeah. With my Jinko shorts.
Yeah.
Whipping in the wind.
Beautiful Fabio hair. You do a big spin at the end.
Yeah. And I had my Bart Simpson. My Bart Simpson together. Shirt.
Bart rules. Fuck Homer. Now you've become Homer.
Yeah.
That's
my Calvin pissing shirt.
I know. Yeah, it sneaks up on you quick when all of a sudden you're just like a lame old bitch and you're not so cool anymore.
You're just trying to get some money at the bar,
Kids, I don't want a problem. Just want $40. Hey. Oh, card declined. Okay, I'm gonna see myself out before you guys fucking kill me. Where you tear me to pieces with all your hands like a zombie movie.
I have osteoporosis, please.
I don't want any trouble, children, please. Yeah, I don't even think it was a bar. I think it was just like a restaurant with a bunch of families in
Applebee's.
it, like 10 years old.
It was a cash-only Applebee's. I've always thought that's so sad. Like, who the fuck drinks at Applebee's? They have a full bar in the middle. I want to see.
I know a guy that got barred from an Applebee's just because he
kept showing
his
up.
favorite spot to go. Yeah, and he could just get fucking like he was pretending it was a club, and eventually they're like, Jesus
The
Christ,
bartender's
dude,
like, you're the only person that shows up, and
wow.
Before you start coming here, I'll just collect my paycheck and play on TikTok all day, okay? You're making me do work, and that's fucked up. I'm going to bar you.
The only guy that's ever ordered a Vegas palm at this Applebee's, we're going to have to ban you for life.
That rocks. This one's from Jacob.
Hey guys, I've been watching for like a couple months now, and I just wanted to ask, is Poob actually autistic, or is it like a joke? Because he seems like he is kind of autistic, but I wasn't sure. Anyway, thanks guys.
Hey, thanks, Jacob.
Thanks, Jacob, for sending that in.
I'm going to say I'm not autistic.
Yeah, I don't think you are.
Yeah,
I've done some serious probing and some serious analysis in my friend group. And
you've had Don Tony try to prove me autistic like 3 times.
Yeah, and now that I've realized, like, I was wrong. I was pointing Don Tony in the wrong direction. Maybe towards Brian. Maybe
pot calling the kettle black or something a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think I'm just a fucking. I just am weird or something. I get nervous. I don't think I'm.
Normal people that have this job, I don't think would do well. What's wrong with being eccentric? I like eccentric people. They're the best people. Normies, in fact, are boring, and I don't like them at all. So,
sounds really autistic. To you. I hate normies, and I love oddballs and goofheads. I don't even like stacking stuff or like math and stuff. I if anything, I've got like the worst kind.
Yeah. I don't like stacking stuff, but if stuff isn't in a sequential order, I get fucking really mad. Okay,
might be OCD. If I don't turn off my light switch 8 times. It'd suck if you had OCD and it's like, I gotta turn this light switch 3,000 fucking times or I'm gonna go insane.
I can't jack off once. I have to do it 8 times.
I'll go insane if I don't jack off 8 times.
Till my dick's spitting dust. Okay. This one's from Jacob.
Hey guys. So I make medications at a hospital, and sometimes when it's really busy and I'm making like the same medications for the same people throughout the night, sometimes I'll wish that maybe they'd stop receiving these medications and perhaps go on to the great hereafter so I wouldn't have to make them as much. Am I a bad person for that?
Yeah.
I think you should look at maybe a different job where that temptation can never lead, to killing someone.
Yeah.
But if you don't act on it, I don't think you're a bad person. I think you just hate your job, which is normal. Not us. Our job rocks, but
that's why I don't think I'd ever go in the medical field. Is like very quickly, I feel like nurses and surgeons and stuff dehumanize their. But you kind of have to, because like if you lose someone on the table, you don't want to have that ruin you for years. But
you need like bedside manner or whatever. You gotta have a little.
Yeah,
you gotta have a little humanity in you.
I feel like this guy's like so detached from the patient. Like he should just be making the medication.
What did you just say? These cretins.
Yeah. I gotta mix up some fucking pain meds for some bitch.
They want their freak fuel so they can keep living. Not on Jacob's watch. I think you're fine.
Yeah, that makes you a horrible person.
I just talked about killing a bunch of people at a bar for like 40 minutes. Am I evil? Am I a bad person? I didn't do it.
You can
I think I'm fine.
It in your mind, but as long as you keep mixing that medication just as it should be by the book, I think you're
not putting your big thing with the skull and crossbones on it, never mixing that in.
Where a big plume of green evil smoke pops out of it.
I don't make any Powerpuff Kids or anything, but
Chemical X pours in.
Yeah.
And you get blown back against the rear wall of the laboratory.
As long as you're not becoming an evil scientist.
Yeah.
I don't think you're evil. You're just
as long as you're a scientist and not evil, then you're not an evil scientist, and that's good enough for us, Jacob.
And that makes you not an evil person. So
thanks for writing in.
Thanks,
I did not
Jacob.
delete the last one. Fuck. We're gonna have some random ass guys message in here twice.
We're gonna need a new prompt at some point too. Because
no, some of these are just old from way back when.
Oh.
We didn't get through them. They send in like 300 plus.
No, I'm saying from the old prompt though, right? About being an evil billionaire or something.
We're going to just delete all of them in the inbox.
Well, at some point, it just needs to be
emptied out.
A new prompt or a more general.
I told people I told people on the patron chat on the Discord, I was like, just send in like whatever.
Oh.
Just whatever. That's why the guy was like, is it okay if I like mix like fentanyl into some of my patients? I don't like their medicine. I don't think that was him aspiring to be a billionaire. I think that was him just slacking off at work.
Kind of just wanting to kill. Bloodlust.
Just a little bit of bloodlust. Nothing wrong with that. No, I feel like the nighttime shift at a hospital, it's a horror show. I've been there when my mom had she had like her spine fused, and the nurse came in, obviously was just chilling on her phone, and we were like, where the fuck is she? We went to the nurse's headquarters or whatever because my mom was in extreme pain. She had just had back surgery, and like they had not given her meds in X amount of time, and they were wearing off. And I went to like the nurse's HQ, ghost town, not a single nurse in sight.
I was just about to say, it's insane how far you can get into a hospital too without ever talking to someone.
It was just like a liminal space. I was like, where the fuck where is everybody? And couldn't find anybody. And then I see one lady just like cross from like room across the hallway. And I was like, I need someone back here. My mom's in this room. And she was like, okay. And she came in there and she was like, oh, your son said something about pain. Are you in pain right now? Like before she even saw her, she was like coming in, putting on hand sanitizer, just talking to the room. And she was like, on a scale of like 1 to 10, and then she turned and saw my mom. And my mom was like white knuckle gripping the sides of the bed, just like shaking. And she was like, oh my God. And she ran out of the room and came back with some heroin and doped my mom up real good. Yeah.
I had to visit my grandma at one point, like this old folks hospital or something. Yeah, he made it complete. I mean, they had the door code on the front door, and then we made it all the way to her room, hung out for a while, and when we were leaving, a nurse is like, oh, we're closed. There's no more visiting hours. It's like, well, it's too late for that. And what if I was a creep coming in here to like, I don't know.
What if she was like,
mix in some chemical X into that? And I saw other old people just kind of in wheelchairs and hallways and stuff,
looking for their nurses.
Grab them. Yeah, I could just take that old woman right now. Does that make me evil? Because I thought about taking each of them when I saw them. Or being like, it's me, your grandson. Can I have money?
Not because you wanted to, but to prove a point of the security of a hospital.
Just so they would tighten up a little bit after that.
Yeah. I feel like every good Samaritan should try to do at least one hospital kidnapping a year just to make sure their security's tight,
I want my grandparents safe when they go in that place.
Same thing with
I don't want
like the Secret Service. Like they haven't had an assassination on the president attempt since the 80s, right?
Someone's got it.
They're slacking off by now. They're like, it's been 20 years. It's been 20 years. Nobody's.
I don't know if I can legally say this outright, but you know where we're going with this, but I don't.
Wait until after the election, maybe. We'll see which way the wind blows.
What the hell we're talking about. All right. Let's blow it through you listen, patrons, you can put this all on me. I can't do this much longer. I haven't eaten lunch or dinner today. I had just gotten back from that trip before this. I'm crashing so hard right now.
I was crashing before we even showed up. I've been at the pool drinking. I don't have a watch. Let me check my grandfather's name real quick. I've been drinking at a pool for 8 hours.
I've been drinking since Henry or something. Yeah. Oh my God.
Forever. And I am completely sun cooked. We were supposed to shoot this on Thursday or Friday of last week.
Yeah.
I was so ready that day. You were like, you want to push it back till after I'm back? I was like, aw. I was ready then.
Yeah. Well, I was ready during the day.
Yeah.
You weren't. Okay. I had that concert that night and then immediately into Chicago, so I've just been. It's on me.
Nah, it's fine.
Busy.
It's fine.
Busy week, and now it's Memorial Day.
The patrons have sent in messages several times, emails too, where they said, we like it when you stack them right there at the end of the month, because then it's like we get shotgun blasted with entertainment. That's what they equate it to. They're like, oh, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Are we going to get an episode? Then bam, 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 bam. They get episodes, you know?
They're like little cockroaches feeding on our toasters, and little borax shot up.
Yep.
Pistol shot right to the mouth.
That's what they
shoot your jaw off. That's what you guys like.
Yeah.
We honestly were pretty good for a while. We had like a schedule going, and we're going to get back on it, guys. Don't worry. We're going to have a guest soon, maybe Sam. I don't know.
Does that improve it?
I guess.
Patrons, that's for you to decide. Patrons,
yeah, you guys.
Do you think they improve it in any way?
I like having guests.
I like having a new guest because it is someone different to talk to. Not that you're a problem, Pooh, but I feel like with a guest, there's also, because of the unfamiliarity of the person, there's less potential for riffs. And riffing is the only reason why I find podcasting enjoyable. Like, if an episode has a good riff in it, then that's like the highlight for me. That's the only part I care about. Yeah. Anything besides that really doesn't affect me in any way. I don't really care about having a guest if there's no riffing capabilities. Best guests we've had: Golden Stone, Wendigoon, which those are both episodes where we riffed our asses off. Same thing.
Freddie W.
Yeah, the first Freddie Wong episode was a Riff Fest, and yeah, big W there. In fact, to the point where I actually have such a good feeling towards that episode that I might be planning a little trip up to Indianapolis to go see him soon. Who knows?
And we still have not decided. Do we even tell him we're going? Does he even remember who we are? What are we really doing there? I think it'll be funny.
I think it's funnier when you
IRL
thrust
podcast.
yourself onto someone without them consenting. That's what I think's awesome.
It's not like we're going to his house. You know, we're going to a event that we bought tickets for.
We bought VIP passes. He has to talk to us. Okay.
There is a pre-show Q&A, and I've got a couple questions, but yeah, like I don't even think we're allowed to film there or anything. So
why would we?
I don't know. Hey, you're on our podcast. Just record the whole episode, upload it to Patreon.
In the front row.
We got a cheaper Dungeons and Daddy show right here. Good film quality. Should do live mics.
Yeah. I'll bring him. I'll bring him just in case we have something. Yeah, we're gonna be like that fucking freak at TwitchCon.
The guy that we're like, you shouldn't do that, man. That's wrong. We go to this one. That's a pretty good idea, actually.
Wire.
Yeah.
Say that again, Freddie. We're both over there pulling our collar towards him. Yeah, Freddie, say that a little bit louder.
It's hot in here.
We gotta pay a guy.
I am excited.
We have to pay a guy to look like an AV dude with like headphones on and a bag. And he's monitoring us from a distance.
What if it's like old time you would just like hear better, like things they held up with the cone on it or whatever?
The old FBI like private detective thing. Like I'm listening to a conversation 100 feet away. Yeah.
I'd love one of those and a just headset to go with it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'd use that everywhere.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. This is the Forehead Fables Patreon episode.
Memorial Day in remembrance episode.
Yep, all of our fallen troops.
Memorialize.
Yep.
And next episode, IRL. Hopefully that just means it's better.
Yeah. Like the last ones. What if it's even more awkward? What if the chemistry's not there at all and we're cranky and angry?
Something changed. Yeah, just don't pick any fucking fights with my roommates or anything like you're planning on. I think it will be fine.
What kind of psycho do you think I am? I'm sleeping under their roof, eating their food. I'm going to pick a fight with them? Yeah, I know that would be funny.
I would not put it past you. Yeah, I mean, whatever you deem funny enough for yourself will be done. So I would not put it anywhere past you to do that.
No,
I mean, just because you'd be like, that was funny. I just got kicked out of a house.
Kicked out of a house in Indianapolis.
We'll do good luck lasting a couple hours on those streets, right? Yeah, we'll do an IRL one, then we'll have like a really big guest on, and then we'll do another last minute patron exclusive.
I think Mr. Beast is coming
cycle.
on for our next guest.
Have some kids and tell them Mr. Beast is coming on next episode. So get ready for that. Blippy's coming on after that. Family packages are going to be going up. Patron, $250 per kid.
We're at Fables onesies are going to be new merch.
Yeah,
new merch.
Yeah, and leave us more comments for stuff,
dude.
I'm
looking here. We have like 250 speak pipes still to go through. I don't know if
it's a lot easier to read a bunch of comments than it is to listen to 1,000.
I shortened it down. By the way, guys, for the future, I might just nuke a lot of this inbox, and I have the new setup to be 30 seconds. That's what you got. You got 30 seconds to hit it. Because some of these are like, some of you guys really filled out that 5-minute allotment, which I thought was ridiculous. But 30 seconds, that should be enough to ask a question.
Appreciate, taking 5 minutes.
Well, some of the people did. They filled up that 5 minutes. Some of the people were obviously just trying to run the clock out and just waste as much time.
We don't know what that's like at all, running the clock out and trying to
a podcast wasting time. Are you kidding me? No.
I'm unfamiliar with that game, but I'd be interested to learn about it. Thank you guys so goddamn much.
Yeah. And to all the truckers out there, I've realized listening to these, I feel like 90% of you are guys with blue collar jobs that are driving trucks and just want some semblance of another human to listen to with camaraderie. It's like we're there in the passenger seat with you. So just imagine that.
We're like lot lizards.
Yeah, we're like your lot lizard.
Now imagine I'm putting on red lipstick.
Imagine I'm 13 and I'm putting on red lipstick. That's, dude,
is that a lot lizard trope?
Okay, lot lizards often are underage. You want to talk about gross sex trafficking? Lot lizards are fucking more underage than
all our entire demographic of truckers. You
sicken us. Yeah. Unless you're getting of age prostitutes, then you're kind of all right, but still illegal.
I'm still a little grossed out,
still
but
pretty nasty.
I get it.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yeah, thanks for tearing us out, guys, and thanks for listening to this.